don't know why you thought, oh, what is that? Must be a funny joke. I'm not laughing. Well, it's not a funny joke. You're not supposed to be laughing.
You're coming in so aggressive already.
Why are you so aggressive?
All right,
Yeah.
I'll chill.
Jesus.
I'll chill.
I'm here for a minute. It's not even 8:01.
It's an aggressive time right now. You know, I was.
No, I get it.
I was watching. I don't know. I know that it's not everybody's thing, but I was watching this new wrestling show last night. I know it was actually really cool. Like there was like people yelling at each other, people holding up signs in the audience. Like one of the audience members getting so aggressive they had to get kicked out. People were cutting promos. One side of the crowd was like, USA, USA. I was like, oh man, I love this. And then the guys rooting for the other guy were like wearing colors, you know, to match that guy.
Name calling
Like crazy. Them going like, we're the best, the other one's the worst. It was awesome. And then I realized it was the president addressing the Senate. Now, yeah, I see this. See, this is one of the fans had a sign that said this is not normal, and they just hit the merch booth for the pink dress so that they could all really, you know, let everybody know where they stood, which I thought was great.
They showed him.
They did. They showed us all. President Trump, who actually, and I didn't know this, and he wouldn't just say it, I don't think, declared himself. He said he's in his 40 whatever days in office, the last person who was as successful as he's been. And I don't know like what scale that's on, just general success, which is to me the best scale, was actually George Washington. Was the last person.
That was the first president
who was as successful. Yeah. So when the last one is the first one, that's a pretty good sign. And it made me go, well, then why are so many people so mad if he's doing this well? And I don't keep up with everything, but you know, if he's doing this well, the best since George Washington.
People always hate the cool popular girl.
I guess that's that. I look at Trump and I go, cool popular girl. That's right.
He has the fake tan for it.
He does. He does. He probably did the spray tan right before he went out there. Tonight's my big night. It did. I don't know. Maybe it's normal to address Congress. It felt like he didn't want to wait a year for State of the Union. He just wanted to throw himself one.
Yeah.
You know, it was almost like, well, I want a sweet 16. And the parents were like, you're only 14. And then, you know, because she wants her golden goose now. She's like, no. I want my sweet 16 now. And so he decided to do, because he'll do State of the Union when it's an appropriate time. But I felt like he was just like, I want to do a State of the Union right now. I feel like we've been doing so good. I definitely want to tell everybody. And then the cheerleaders behind him were like, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Did you see how the vice president and the Speaker of the House were just gazing at him lovingly the entire time? Like they could not believe that they got to sit behind such a wonderful, wonderful man. I thought the Speaker, I mean, JD was at least at points pretending to furrow his brow like, yeah, I'm serious too.
He's happy to be there.
But I thought the Speaker of the House was going to put his chin in his hands and just like stare again at the pretty popular girl. The pretty popular girl said that she wants me to sit with her. I can't believe it. I've never been like this. And then, you know, every time he spoke, there were people in the crowd. That's what they call it. There were people in the crowd that had signs that either said false or lying. And I was like, yeah, this is bringing me back to the Attitude Era. I love this. I remember bringing a whiteboard to Madison Square Garden so I could put whatever curse words that I could think of when the bad guy wrestlers came out. That was exciting. And then there was that one guy, Al Green, representative from Texas. That guy kind of ruled. He had the cane.
Yeah.
And he was like standing up. Yeah. And he said, yeah, I don't know what he was saying to him, but he kept yelling. And it was interrupting. It was fucking up Trump's whole flow. He was trying to read the prompters, but this guy, Al Green, kept yelling at him. And they said, hey, sit down. But they said it officially. You know, they said the Wiener guy, the Speaker of the House, that's Trump's Travis.
No.
Yeah, I think so. That's Trump's Travis and Troy, actually, right there. Troy, you get to be JD.
Oh.
I get to be Trump.
I'll tell you what.
Travis is Speaker of the House. I mean, between the Speaker of the House and JD, you're
I'll
picking.
be JD all day.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Are you kidding me? Have fun.
I'll wear eyeliner.
He does, because he wears eyeliner like in a cool way, like the way you did.
Yeah, like
in the 90s.
Exactly.
You know, like a rock star wears eyeliner. That's how JD wears eyeliner.
At least Mike Johnson is like actually in charge of like Congress.
But he's a wiener.
He's a wiener, though. See,
Yeah, but you're a wiener with nothing to do.
No, Travis.
Elon cucked you out of your position already. It's 40 days in. You don't see JD.
Elon doesn't get the seat, though.
That's right.
You're good in the seat,
I'm
right?
fine.
Yeah,
I'm good
okay.
in the seat.
That's what I
You
figured.
sit in the seat and then you just get ignored for the rest of your day.
Listen to hall monitor Mike Johnson,
Cars.
who gets to do the official business. Like, he's so psyched up at that Representative Al Green kept shaking his cane and yelling at Trump, because then he gets to stand up and do his official Speaker of the House business.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
He's like, no, I'm not sitting down.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
You know who Mike Johnson reminds me of, because he's reading the official language? He reminds me of when I got to be the judge in youth court, because you have to say specific things, but it's real exciting when you get to say them, because you get to wear the robe and everything, you get to wear the costume, and he's like, you know, I get to do this. It's a whole ceremonial thing, because, I mean, Al Green came with a mission. Like, this was early on in the fake State of the Union, that he showed up and went, no, I'm going to get kicked out real quick. Which I love that. I mean, I love that energy. I don't mind it.
You should have sang his hit song.
I don't think it's the same.
Let's stay together.
Hey!
It is the same guy, right?
I'm pretty sure. Because first I said, that can't be Al Green. And so I looked up the name, and it said, no, that's Al Green. And I went, oh, okay. Al Green. Oh.
He's got kind of like an old wrestler look to him. Like, he looks like he could have been like...
Especially with the cane. He looks like he could have been in that scene in that movie, The Wrestler, where Mickey Rourke is looking around table to table going, what happened to Al Green? He used to be such a great singer.
But he looks like he could have done it back in the day.
Well, yeah, but he also looks like he's still got that old school wrestler toughness.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's got that deceiving strength, and he won't let go. Like, he'll choke you to death.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I liked the move. I liked the aggression.
And he's showing off a little bit, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's showing off in front of the friends.
Look how angry I am.
That's right. That's right. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you go, Al Green. And he's like, who's coming with me?
Bro, he's 77.
He is?
He looks great for 77.
Good for him, man. Good for him.
He could take a bump.
No, he could definitely take a bump. He took them all. These kids don't know. He was taking bumps on concrete rings. These kids don't understand how lucky they have it. He was working 8 nights a week, twice on Sunday. Yeah, he's nobody went with him though. Everybody was like, "Yeah, Al Green." Yeah, who's coming with me?
We're going streaking.
Yeah, we're going through the quad to the gymnasium.
We're all streaking.
We're all get in the car. Get in the car. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was exciting.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
That's Sam on you quote right there. That's what it was. That's the whole vibe. I love this. And then all the Trump people, all the guys on the right are like, oh, I'm glad they said something. Like, this wasn't... The whole thing's a work. Like, this is... Everybody's cooperating here.
Finally, Sam.
I know. Everybody is doing what they're planned on doing.
Mr. Green, take your seat.
No.
Take your seat, sir. Take your
I love
seat.
that. No, I'm not taking my seat. And JD's like, get him out of here. I like when tough guy JD steps up. Oh.
The chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order.
We're getting a Sergeant-at-Arms! Yeah!
From the chamber.
Sergeant-at-Arms looks badass.
He does. He looks like Liam Neeson in
Yeah.
Taken.
He's probably pumped he's got something to do.
Of course he is. He whispered into Al Green's ear, I want you to know I have a certain set of skills. And Al Green's like, this was a plan. I'm leaving, dude. It's a work. It's a work.
Who's the guy next to JD?
That's Mike Johnson. He's the Speaker of the House.
No.
Oh.
No. This guy.
Oh. That's Scott Norton.
I don't think that's a
They
name.
call him Fat Boy.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Al Green is still getting some stuff out. This old guy, hit pause for a second. Can you rewind?
Yeah.
I was obsessed with this guy watching it. There's a guy who, as Al Green is walking by, surrounded by security, this guy with the goatee, he's spinning his finger and telling him, get out of here. Get out. Like, okay, Mr. Tough Guy, now that security is there. Yeah, well, you know who this guy is right there with the glasses? He is the quintessential, well, if security hadn't come, I would have done it myself.
I was about to kick him out.
Yeah, luckily they're all here, but I would have done it.
We're not tolerating the shenanigans in here.
Not in here. Good thing security, I would have done something. But anyway, go back to what you were saying. He's full of it. He is full of it.
Glad we fixed that.
Honey, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if the camera caught it, but I was about to do something before they called the sergeant at arms. Yeah, I'm glad they finally got things under control.
How do you become sergeant at arms?
You just got to have the biggest gun.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's what the arms are. And you got to have, you got to have some buys and tries. Right, you gotta fill out that suit jacket a little bit. If you show up sergeant at arms, and you got no kind of definition, no kind of shoulders, I mean, forget it. That's not your position.
I know Man at Arms from He-Man.
That guy ruled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy rules too.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
He took care of business the way it was supposed to be done.
I was gonna kick him out too.
I like that. They were chanting USA on one side. The pink ladies were sitting down. That was the plan. They said, we're going to show Trump that we don't like him by being monochromatic, I believe was the plan.
Cool.
They said we're going to wear the same color, and you're going to know if you see that color, we don't like him. And it was almost like, well, you just sit on that side of the room. Like it's the way we've done things from the beginning of time. Like this side of the room is going to stand and applaud. This side of the room is going to sit and like
sulk.
Yeah, they're going to have a furrowed brow. The Pelosi side, they're going to sit and they're going to, have a furrowed brow, and the other side is going to chant USA like it's a wrestling show.
Hey, how do we tell our supporters that we have absolutely no plan?
Right.
Feels like they struggle with branding, too, because it used to be white dresses, then it was the pink pussycat hats.
Right.
Now it's a pink dress.
Well, I don't think they're struggling with branding. It's evolving. You see, style evolves.
That's like a full closet full of stuff.
Plus, you don't want to do white anymore.
That's this season.
Diddy took that away.
The white party is too Diddy.
Yeah.
It's too Diddy.
They can't all wear white because then the QAnon people are going to be like, see, they're wearing white.
Right. Well, I think one of them had a sign too. They were holding up signs that were saying false, lies, and one of them had a sign that said no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Just so everybody knew.
Hey, listen.
We want to make this declaration here just so everybody. But, I thought it was a really important update for all of us on where things are going. The notes that I took before I went to bed, because I realized this man is going to ramble for a while. I better just hit the sack and get some rest.
I'll give him that.
What, his ability to ramble?
But his ability to talk, like, for a long time at his age, in front of people, and take questions. I'll give him that.
Well, it helps, I think, to be shameless, too. You know what I mean? Where there's no thing in him that's going, I'm just rambling now. Like he's going, I'm good.
No, but he's got the energy.
Oh, he's got a lot of energy. But he slams Diet Cokes.
That's true.
Don't forget. That's true. I tell you, yesterday, I was like, okay, I think it's time to dig a grave. I think I'm dead. I think I'm done. I've done it all.
You've had such a weekend.
I've done it all. And I thought, and I was okay with it. It's like, what else is there to do? And I had a Diet Coke. And I was like, no. There's more to get done.
That's all it takes?
I'm ready to go. That's all it took. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Mm-hmm. There was also chicken tenders and ranch involved with the Diet Coke. So
from McDonald's?
No. McDonald's doesn't do chicken tenders. Well, maybe they do in Hong Kong.
No,
and you're just used to that fancy stuff. But here, no. They used to do the chicken selects. We call that the golden era, because I go to McDonald's and go, I'm not sure what I'm going to get today. But the updates that we got were that while Trump announced that he's the best since George Washington, which is a huge step forward, because if you remember the last time he was president, all he could say is he was the best since Lincoln. And people couple Washington and Lincoln together because they're so early on, but there are many years between Washington and Lincoln. There was a whole Civil War and everything. It's a ton of time. So the idea that he's now the best since Washington, that means that he's better than Jefferson. He's better. I mean, there's a lot of presidents in there between Washington and Lincoln that Trump has now declared himself better than. So that's huge. And then I was thinking, like, well, if he's the best, who's the worst? And he actually announced that as well. He said, as it turns out, Biden was the absolute worst of all time.
Oh.
And I didn't know that. My wife was watching. She said, that doesn't feel necessary. I said, no, it is. We have to know. If we know who's the best, we have to know who's the worst.
That's right.
So it turns out it was Biden. He did slide a thing in there that blamed Biden for the eggs. He implied, he didn't directly say, but he did imply that the planes are crashing because of DEI. He said, because he brought up DEI and he said, air traffic controllers. And it's like, okay, you're dog whistling now. He now, and this was huge, because I'm going to be 100% honest. I never knew it was gone, so I'm glad it's back. Free speech.
I thought you were going to say Jenkos.
No, no, I knew Jenkos were back. Free speech. I found that out. Free speech is back, which that's
well. Obviously, we can say the R word again.
Yeah,
I don't think that was official.
It's in movies.
I don't think that was official.
Blade said it,
but it was announced. Yeah, that Blade can't get in trouble for saying it in Deadpool.
See,
because
so we're back.
Free speech is. You want to spin the wheels on that
right now?
You know what? You probably would, so it's probably better.
Of course you would.
Let's just take Trump's word for it. Free speech is back.
You go too far.
Yeah, of course he would.
I could say it.
No. Free speech. We'll just. I believe you.
Okay.
I believe you.
It should come about organically.
Exactly.
Right.
When someone does something, or when Hot Dog walks in, there's like 3 that you can use.
Right, and it's back, so you could just say it. And it looks like we've defeated wokeness. So that's huge. All these like big sort of undefinable conceptual social creations.
Nice.
We won against them. They were against us, and we won that. So I think that those are some of the victories that he's chalking up next to the I'm better than George Washington, or as good as George Washington. I'm the best since George Washington. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And also, did you hear how he started? Mike, did you hear how he started?
Like the very beginning?
Yeah.
I missed the very beginning. I do have favorite moments, but...
Oh, me too.
There was a declaration in the very beginning. America's back.
Hell yeah.
And guess what? Half the room screamed and chanted USA as loud as they could.
How about the other half?
They sat monochromatically.
Because they hate America?
That was the implication. Yeah, that was the implication, because I was watching going, wouldn't you be excited about that? But maybe they also, like me, didn't know that it was gone. Like, nobody had told me.
No, they hate it. It's clear.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
That's clear?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And still, upon hearing the good news that it was back, even though you didn't know it was gone, there should still be some exuberance.
I was excited. I get excited when we celebrate America. I do. I mean, and that's how I was raised. I was raised that USA is one of the best things you can chant. I was raised that, how do you know it's a good guy or a bad guy? It's the American versus the foreign menace.
Nothing catches like a USA chant.
I mean, because what's the best? It's the best because you're like, yeah, look at what I get to do. Look at me. This is a great time I'm having.
You get a USA chant going at a bar down the shore on like a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Fucking roof pops off.
It does?
Oh, yeah.
They love it down at the shore?
DJs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Record scratch, stop the music, let the USA chant take over.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice. That's nice. What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite moment?
Oh, yeah, when he said nobody knows where Lesotho is.
You like that? Nobody knows.
That got an audible pop from me. Yeah.
And it got from the room, too. Like, they laughed. Yeah. They're like, nobody knows where it is.
Nobody knows.
She wouldn't want me saying. Even my wife was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
I took government and politics of Africa in college.
You know where it is?
No clue where Lesotho is.
I don't know either. I'm going to tell you right now. I go, that's an insensitive thing to say. Do you know where it is? I don't. I can't tell you where it is.
Forgot it even existed.
He's also pronouncing the names of those countries wrong for the most part.
Well, it's however
Uganda! Did you have a favorite moment?
I had 2.
Okay.
I like when he was rattling off all the things Doge is finding. And then, of course, he called out Pocahontas.
That was
like the highlight.
Right. It's like Elizabeth Warren is just sitting there, or
just sulking with a miserable puss on her face.
She said, "What? She's getting called names on the stage by the president." I mean, imagine if you were sitting in the audience, right? And you've achieved a certain amount in your career. And I'm not talking about, like, let's get the politics out of it, okay? You're just sitting there in the audience. You've achieved in your career, right? You've ascended to a certain level where you belong in that room. And you, Troy, are watching the president, and he's addressing, he's addressing Congress, but let's be honest, he's addressing the nation and the world. And he just looks down. He goes, and shithead over here. And you're looking up like, what?
I mean, she picks fights with the wrong guy. I mean, it's just like you're. This is the game he plays. So you have to either be strong if you're going to pick that. If you're going to fight this guy, you got to be able to take it. And she just can't dish it out the way he can.
He called. He did call Robert Kennedy Bobby, right, Bobby? And there was a look on Robert Kennedy's face when he stood up, going like, "Yeah, he is a hostage in this situation."
Yeah,
like you could still see it in his face, going like, "Did he just call me Bobby?" Like I don't, Bobby. Okay, all right, President Trump. Did you have a favorite moment overall, Travis?
I was in bed.
Good for you. That was the way to handle it.
I went to bed at 9 o'clock.
Good for you. You were like, you know what?
I wanted to get a good 7 hours.
You're
trying to get more sleep.
That's smart. That's very, very healthy. And like, also, are you really going to sit there and go, "Oh, I got to see this. It's going to be something I've never seen before"?
No. It was 99 minutes.
Not in my house.
39.
Not in my house. It was off by 10 in my house.
Good Lord.
Because I got the gist. I said, okay, got it. Free speech is back. America's back. Wokeness is over. Biden was the worst. Trump is at least the second best, if not the best. USA. And, I've seen this show before. I watched all the WrestleManias.
Yeah, but you watch the same thing every week on wrestling.
No, that's different. John Cena just turned heel. You can have it's the same thing every week.
Okay, that's
There's mind-blowing shit happening in wrestling.
But,
Imagine
one
if JD
Monday to the other. I mean, who could tell the difference?
No. CM Punk. CM Punk cut out. You know what CM Punk did on Raw?
You're saying he watches the same shit anyway, so like, why?
You could replay it and be like, "Oh, this is so great." It's like you watched it 20 times in a row.
CM Punk went on Raw and called John Cena and The Rock bald frauds. That's dope.
That's funny.
You see? Yeah. That's funny, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But calling Pocahontas is funny.
It is funny. It is fun. And it is one of those things. Have we heard it before?
We've heard it many times.
Is it funny?
He could go on TV tonight and be like, "Pocahontas." And it'd be like, "That's funny."
Okay. All right. I see it. No, I see where you're coming from. I didn't mean to insult your guy. Sorry.
You're the one that voted for him.
Don't put that out there. Votes are secret anyway. Danielle, did you watch?
Mm-mm.
Good for you.
No.
Good for you. You wanted to save your brain?
Yeah.
Save the stress?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch the Cheeto in my free time.
The Cheeto.
The cheese puff.
It does, yeah. He does. He's got that nice... he did show up with that nice tan. I think he's using makeup. I think he is putting the makeup on pretty heavy.
He looks less orange this round.
You think so?
I think so. Like the first term, he was orange.
Okay.
And this is just, he looks like he's hanging out in Palm Beach.
Right. Wow. Now, yeah, he looks like he's Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. But his hands are a different color. That's what makes me think he's got a makeup artist. He's got putting a hue. I think there's a makeup artist that creates a hue for him.
Well, he golfs. Maybe he wears gloves.
You think it's natural, his tan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at him. It's a glow.
There is a glow.
There's a youthfulness to him.
Wow. You're right.
Energy.
Yeah. I think it's the Diet Coke. I do. I do. I really do. So, yeah, I mean, an important thing. Is this a normal Mike? I mean, are you supposed to, 43 days in address Congress, or was he throwing himself a party like I took it?
Well, I think it's appropriate from time to time for the president to let people know what's up.
Okay. And do you feel like you found out what's up yesterday?
I think we all found out what's up.
Yeah, I thought it was like a Four Non Blondes song. I really found out what's up. You get that reference? What's up? Four Non Blondes? Tim on Long Island?
Yeah, I like the way he pulled the 8 Mile Free World. Everybody put your hands up for the 313 when he was chanting USA, USA, and then he goes, no matter what we do, they won't chant with us. No matter what we do.
It was a manipulative move, and it worked. It worked. Yeah, that was
great.
He was, thank you, Tim. He was manipulating the audience and the perception of the audience. He did that a couple times. One, it's like, what? We're all, like Mike said, we're all celebrating America, and you're not cheering that? What's wrong with you? And the other one was when he brought up tax cuts, and he goes, and I know even this side of the room's going to vote for it, because if they don't, they'll never get voted back in again. Nobody will ever vote for him again if they don't vote for these tax cuts. And you're just like, now, even if they do vote for the tax cuts, it's making it seem like they're afraid of not getting voted back in again. It's a wild-ass time. It's a wild-ass time, but,
It's Did anything get cleared up last night? I mean,
I thought wokeness was still deeply affecting us, but it's not. So that got cleared up big time. I don't know exactly if anybody still is able to define wokeness as in terms of what it is that we're actually fighting, but we don't need to anymore because we won.
Well, finally. It was out of control there for a while.
I see. Yeah. Well, this is gonna be a wild hot take.
Oh boy.
I know. I would prefer. It's cool to defeat wokeness, whatever that exactly means. I would have preferred if he had brought down the price of eggs. I feel like eggs cheaper than wokeness, as opposed to wokeness and then eggs.
Well, it's bird flu. He can't control bird flu, I guess.
That's weird because when Biden was in office, it was Biden's fault, but now it's just a natural thing.
Who knows if it's natural or not?
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's no bird flu in Hong Kong.
Maybe I don't want to go down this road.
Price of everything.
You're saying bird flu.
It's
could have been purposefully infected.
Well, there's definitely barriers. I don't think Mexico has an egg problem.
I see. Yeah. No. I mean, just in general, it doesn't seem like the price of anything has gone down.
No,
nothing.
But the argument is he's only been in for.
Well, he apparently has done more than even everybody except George Washington and has brought back free speech. So if you can bring back free speech, which is huge, right, Mike? I mean, that's a big amendment, yes?
Yeah, but
right.
One of them it involves manipulating biology. Free speech he has a little bit more control of. And the liberals have been killing chickens to make Trump look bad.
I had no idea that was going on. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Kathy Hochul's got him executing chickens all over upstate New York.
I got to start reading.
He'll watch the local news.
I got to start watching this local news. I didn't know Hochul was doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
She's using the money from congestion pricing to buy the knives.
Oh, my. She's doing them with knives?
Yep.
Like one at a time? This psycho?
Right off.
Oh, my God. This is horrifying. Whoa. No wonder my dinners have been so expensive.
That's right.
Wow. One at a time with
knives. That's all you eat.
I know. It's terrible. That's why I go to the ones with preservatives, the ones that have very little actual. I like Subway chicken.
Thank God The Rock gave you that bump.
Oh, I needed it. I need it now more than ever.
All those chickens and eggs you buy.
It's tough, man. It's tough, and it's getting braggadocious. I want to dip the eggs in gold and wear them on a necklace just so everybody can see how well I'm doing. I didn't realize Hochul was up to that kind of terribleness.
I'm not surprised.
You aren't?
Not for a second.
As Mike says that, do you go, that sounds realistic in what's really going on?
It sounds right to me.
Okay.
Hey, prove that it's not.
Exactly.
I can't.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. That's a strong case. Man, you're good. No wonder you were in the military. I'm glad you served for us because you're good.
Hey, we got your back.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for your service. I mean, look, I wasn't taking this terribly seriously. First of all, I go, this feels like we're degenerating into madness. Thank God, one click away, I go, what's going on in other countries? And in Serbia, they're lighting off smoke bombs in Parliament. If you watch this footage of Parliament in Serbia, you realize, like, we're still doing great. Like, everything, as chaotic as it seems here, if you look at what went on in Serbia, it's nothing. We can. This is easy. This is kid stuff. Look at what happened. In Serbia, they're just running around. They're lighting off smoke bombs. They got bottle rockets. It looks like the subway in New York City. They got umbrellas trying to block the smoke. But it is so crazy.
I mean, it looks like the Penguin's about to appear in the old Batman.
It absolutely looks like Tim Burton put on this scene.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Screw something.
Smoke bombs are going everywhere. But you also look, nobody's panicking. Nobody's leaving Parliament. They're just like, well, another day at the office.
More smoke bombs.
They're like, oh, this smoke bomb just went off literally at my ankles.
How do they get those in there? Don't they have any sort of security?
I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I actually felt, I'm going to tell you the truth. I felt so good seeing this video, and we can tweet it so that everybody else feels better too. Because I was watching this thing with Trump, and everybody's yelling, and they got signs, and they're chanting, and this guy's getting thrown out, and it's a circus. It's a total circus.
That's bad luck right there.
And there's something, opening an umbrella indoors.
Yep.
There's something about seeing everything turn into a circus right in front of your face that you go, I mean, it was even like the Zelensky thing. You know this stuff has been going on behind closed doors forever. You know it's been a circus behind closed doors forever. But there's something about now just saying, you know what? Let's just do all this circus stuff in front of everybody. Who cares? Let's let everybody know what's been going on for all this time. That is alarming. However, when you look and go, at least we don't have smoke bombs and people, because this is so normalized, it looks like, in Serbia.
There's flares. Those are flares.
They have road flares. Road flares, so the trucks don't run you over. In the parliament, in the middle of parliament, they're not even leaving their chairs. You can't see them because they're covered in dark smoke, and nobody's leaving. If this happened in this room, in this studio, if Danielle just started throwing smoke bombs, I'd be George Costanza knocking old ladies over. You're on your own, guys. Things have gotten too crazy. I'm out of here. It's too hot on the block. And everybody's like, okay, just another day at the office.
Isn't a part of you just love kind of all the chaos?
Part of me does.
Yeah.
Part of me does.
Because you turn on you go down the internet every day, and it's like something funny is going to happen.
It does. I mean, I've got less and less faith, because it used to be, I don't mind seeing craziness because we all know we're going to stop before we cross the line. I don't have that faith anymore.
No, of course not.
I think this thing's just going to spiral globally.
Serbian media also said eggs and water bottles were thrown.
They got eggs like that in Serbia?
I guess so.
That's sick.
I didn't know it was the 90s.
That's sick.
That's funny.
They're throwing eggs. They're throwing water bottles.
I don't know how you could get all this shit in there. How are they not just be like, hey, what are you doing with road flares and eggs?
Yeah, well, breakfast, and in case I get a flat.
Yeah. Also, Nunya.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? I'm going to Congress. I'm going to Parliament.
Yeah, I don't know, narc. What do you have?
Right. Right. Why don't I check you? Yeah, so, I mean, look, we're not even close to here yet. Well, closer than we were, certainly. But we're not that close. Like the signs that they have banners in Serbia. Full banners that are on the floor, like multiple person wide, like the beginning of a parade sized banner.
Yeah, you can't get that into Monday Night Raw.
No. They take it away. They take it away from you immediately.
Yeah.
All we got in America in Congress is just like little signs on like and they're not even big whiteboards. No. They're the individual sized whiteboards. So
probably couldn't even bring an eraser. Probably got to do it with your hand.
Oh
yeah. You just scratch it, or you just tissue or something.
Yeah.
And they have their ping pong paddles.
Yeah, exactly. I'm okay with ping pong paddles if I know in other countries there's full banners. Somebody's bringing umbrellas inside because they're so sure that there's going to be smoke bombs. Let me bring an umbrella so I can block myself from the smoke. So I go, okay, if this is all happening at the same time, maybe we're all right. Maybe we'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, Al Green getting mad is not as bad as people throwing bottle rockets in Serbia. So I still think that we're doing okay. We still have our empire intact. For now. This is not the fall yet. It's much worse elsewhere. Maybe we're not the best, but we're not the worst. So I think it's okay. What did Al Green was doing interviews after he left, right? He was they met with him in the hallway after he had left so he could
I mean, you could barely hear him, but like we can play it if you want.
So what were you shouting to the president?
The president said he had a mandate. And I was making it clear to the president that he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. I have people who are very fearful. These are poor people, and they have only Medicaid in their lives when it comes to their health care. And I want him to know that his budget calls for
this guy's cool as a cucumber.
in Medicaid.
Oh, yeah. This guy rules.
He needs to save Medicaid, protect it. We need to raise the cap on Social Security.
I like
There's
this
a
guy.
possibility that it's going to be hurt, and we've got to protect Medicare. These are the safety net programs that people.
So far,
in my
people named Al Green are
district
2-0.
depend on.
2-0 right now. 2-0. We're 2 for 2 on.
Cool.
Yeah, just cool.
2 for 2 on awesome Al Greens. I mean, he's throwing a fit. That's why. Okay, this makes me feel even better. The guy with the cane, shouting, getting thrown out. He comes out and eloquently explains exactly what his problem was, and it's a problem that you would bring up with the president. He's not losing his mind. He's not angry. He's not saying all this nonsense. He's just like very simply saying, here was what my problem was. Look at that. Look at that. Good for Al Green. That makes me happier too. I saw Stephen A. Smith is trying to be a political analyzer now too.
Yeah.
An analyst. That Stephen A. Smith is getting involved. He keeps flirting with the idea of running for president. Have you heard him saying this stuff? Stephen A. keeps saying, but he'll like say little things.
That's got to be a negotiation tactic with ESPN.
He's already signed to ESPN. He's got millions and millions of dollars coming in from ESPN.
Wasn't he on with Bill O'Reilly and Cuomo last night?
Yeah,
they're doing a live show.
They put it on the CW. I was trying to watch my wrestling on the CW, and they postponed it so I could watch.
I don't think it's been on CW in years.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
NXT's on the CW.
Oh, that's my bad.
And they postponed it because they put News Nation on CW last night. I don't know if you know that.
Chris Cuomo.
Yeah, your channel. They put Cuomo.
Yeah.
I went on the TV, guide thing on YouTube TV, and at 8 p.m. it said Cuomo with Stephen A. and Bill O'Reilly. And I said, not on the CW. This can't be. And I turned on to CW, and there he was.
Stephen A's great on there. He's always chopping it up with Bill O'Reilly. They're always getting into it.
You like that?
I do.
Yeah. It's like a Hannity and Combs.
I love it. Cuomo's just right there in the middle, kind of like, stirring the pot,
You like feeding the fire and then pulling back.
Yeah.
Pulling it back. Like, okay, let's get back on track, guys. You really do. It is. I feel like News Nation is like a throwback to the old Fox News, where it was still, right-leaning, but it wasn't totally insane yet.
Right.
They would still do their Hannity and Combs. They would still do or even CNN that would do like, what was it called? Hardball. They would do the debate show. What was that show that Tucker Carlson was on? Hardball?
I think it was
or Spitfire or something like that. Crossfire. Spitfire.
That's all right.
Yeah, Crossfire. Yeah, that was the one that Jon Stewart went on, and he was like, "You guys are ruining the country."
That's right.
Yeah. When they would do those debate shows, I feel like that's what Chris Cuomo's trying to bring back. But Stephen A. keeps going on different news programs and like The View and stuff like that, and he'll say things like, not that I would ever, but I think if I ran for president, I would do well. Not that I would ever, but I could do this. Not that I would ever, but I feel like I could beat most of the Democrats anyway. And he's just, kind of drip feeding is the word. Dropping a little fish food, sprinkling a little fish food as he goes and saying, I could do well if I ran for president. I'm joking. Let me run for president.
Give me a vote.
You see, this is it. Listen to him on The View.
What do you make of this?
I make of it that citizens, particularly on the left, are desperate. And I mean it when I say it. I think I can beat them all. And I have no desire whatsoever to run for office. I am not a politician. I am not qualified. But I know this much. When you consider who's on the other side.
He's been dipping his toes in.
That's what I'm saying. You can hear it.
Saying very little in terms of being coherent and articulating his thoughts clearly and concisely and what have you. This is not something that he's known to do. Yet and still, he has owned the Republican Party since 2015. Not only has he won, the Republican constituency has said, we don't want anybody else. We don't want DeSantis.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's never been a person ever who wasn't at least considering running for president that used the word constituency. Once you say constituency, because it's hard to even say.
That's a candidate word.
It's a candidate. You're at least thinking, I could run for president. I think this is the plan for Stephen A. I think. This is how I'm reading the situation. Because Stephen A. actually, you think he does a pretty good job when he's talking about politics and stuff?
I think he does, yeah.
Because he's
very well spoken.
I love Stephen A. I love when he talks. I love his takes.
Like when he talks about Pokemon?
I love when he talks about Pokemon. I love when him and Mad Dog get into it, when him and Chris Russo are getting into it. I love it. I love Stephen A. I think he's awesome. I think that sometimes he feels like since he's so good at talking, he's like one of the premier... He's a great broadcaster. And I think because he's so good at broadcasting, he thinks he can do it all, right? Like, he was not good when he started covering MMA. Like, that was just not,
They killed him for that.
Well, he was terrible. Even I was watching, and the limited knowledge that I have of MMA, I was like, these are not good takes. This would be like if, in my 2 seasons of watching football, if I decided that I'm such a great broadcaster, The Rock thinks I'm the best. Obviously, those are just true things.
It's hard to argue that.
Thank you. These are verifiable facts that I'm saying right now. I mean, how many...
People hate listen to stuff all the time.
He didn't say hate listens because he said it twice. He called me by my name. And also, as busy as The Rock is, his podcast queue is limited.
You don't think he likes a good hate listen?
I think he does, actually, but I don't think I'm one of them. He was smiling when he was talking to me. I don't think I'm one of them. But
All right, probably.
But it would be like it would be like if I said, with all this going on, I need to go cover football. And I need to get in the booth with Tom Brady. And I'd be having these like sort of like one season in takes that anybody who's watched any amount of football would be like, this Sam has no idea what he's talking about. Why are we, there's no expertise at all here. So that's how I felt when he was doing MMA. But I feel like he's taking this political thing seriously, and I think that there's a two-pronged approach here. I think that he realizes that he's hit the top of the sports world in terms of broadcasting. Like it's hard to say that anybody is more successful doing what he does than Stephen A. is.
Yeah.
I think that he realizes that there may be even more money and, more importantly, definitely more influence in being a political talker. Like, we've gotten to the point where you can't go from being a sports talker to being a top athlete. That's not how it works. But you can go from being a political talker to being looked at as like a legitimate political leader. I mean, all these guys started as just like, I have a news show, and now they're an influencer, and now they're in bed with politicians, and now, I mean, look at Tucker. Nobody looks at Tucker anymore like he's just a pundit or a news broadcaster. He's like a guy in politics, right? So I think Stephen A. sees that.
Are people still talking about Tucker?
One guy said he's going to kill him. Dan Crenshaw wants to kill Tucker.
Oh, that's right.
And if people want to kill you...
I kind of feel like Elon took his, Trump buddy...
Elon did take it.
...spot.
Elon did take it, but Elon's another great example. You know what I mean? Like, it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of the same. It's not like he's a politician.
No.
So I think that Stephen A. is going, if I start kind of slowly moving over to politics, as I get older, like, where's the next phase in my career going? Mm-hmm. Maybe I can gain more influence. Maybe I can start messing around in those circles, and then, boom.
Yeah, I think he's done a really president. Good job of strategically and slowly starting to talk more about pop culture.
Yes.
News.
Yes.
And politics.
And I think that the pop culture, news, politics is he's a long game guy. And trust me when I tell you. Game recognized game.
Okay.
So I think he's slowly kind of transitioning where he's not going to leave sports because that's his bread and butter.
Sure.
But he's going to lay this foundation so when it's time, he can flick that switch and everything's ready for him to go in this direction. And because of that, I don't think he's ruling out the idea that he could run for president. I think in his head, he thinks in the next 20 years.
You think something first? Or just
politically?
Straight to president?
No, straight to president. Trump changed a lot of people. Trump winning, there's a whole group of famous people that after Trump won, they started thinking, I could win. When Kanye was doing that SNL speech that they cut off, and we watched it, he said, after Trump won, I realized that if I kept running for president, I could have won. And it's like, that's not how that works, but
sure?
There are a lot of famous people.
I thought The Rock was supposed to run.
Maybe he still will. I vote for him. The Rock?
Yeah.
Would you vote for The Rock?
Of course.
Me too. He's the fucking man.
Would you try to do the official White House podcast?
I would. I'd be the new, who are those Obama speechwriters that did their own podcast that got real successful?
Yeah.
That would be my show. And I go, but we're still going to mix in a little wrestling talk, okay, Rocky? Be like, yeah, of course. You got to mix.
Policy.
We're going to do policy, a little wrestling. It's like, yeah, well, President Rock is doing this, he's doing that. By the way.
Is that President Johnson?
I think we go President Rock.
Okay.
Maybe President Final Boss. And then also, like, at the end of the podcast, NXT coverage.
Okay.
That way, you just want to cast a wide net at a certain point.
He trusts you just to do your thing.
I would think so, too.
Yeah.
I would think so, too. And people go, excuse me, President Final Boss, why is your official podcaster covering NXT on the United States' official podcast? And you go, why don't you let me handle who I have doing the podcast? I like this podcast, as a matter of fact. Anyway, who's the next question? Let's go to Dr. X. If you want to call up, 866-969-1969, 866-969-1969. Dr. X in Mexico City.
Sammy, crossovers always end in fucking disaster. Remember those two ass clowns, our friends O&A going into the XFL?
Yeah, that's
Dude,
true.
They fucking sunk the league. I mean, think about anybody does a crossover, anybody Going to MMA to wrestling is one thing, but going from wrestling to MMA or going into boxing, it just ends in fucking disaster. It's a money grab, dude. This guy will get destroyed by the most minimum fucking student council candidate on a debate. If Bill Maher and Jon Stewart haven't run for president, what's this guy going to bring?
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. Thank you, Dr. X. I don't think you're wrong. I think that is true. And people do think that they can take one influence and bring it into the other influence. And you're right. It seldom works. I don't think I'm telling you what I think he's thinking. I'm not telling you what I think is going to happen. Like if I'm Stephen A, but I'm like a human being, like I don't have delusions of grandeur myself. If I'm Stephen A, I'm going like, I'm the best at talking about sports. I'm just going to talk about sports until this well runs dry, and then I'm going to go live in the mountains. Like, it's going to be great. I feel like more people, and honestly, I think that's why Jon Stewart, to bring him up, hasn't run for president, because Jon Stewart is actually a human being who, he
doesn't want that.
No, he's just like, he didn't even want the Daily Show.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They were begging him to come back. Fine, I'll come back once a week. And then he comes back once a week, and it's like, oh, he's still the GOAT at this.
Yeah.
He's still the best.
You're just saying that because he brought up John Cena.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, he did? Oh, I didn't know that. Did you know that, Troy? I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Oh.
Did a whole 4 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Where, on Daily Show?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I gotta check that out.
I'm pretty sure you already did.
What? When? I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know. Is he I didn't know.
No, I think he's found his sweet spot of doing 1 day a week,
right,
showing everybody that he's the best.
Right.
And, advocating for 9/11 victims.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And also because he found his sweet spot, he's not he's still so good because he's not having to kind of lock himself in to one side or the other side, or trying to go like, okay, this is what we're doing, this, because he'll say stuff that doesn't exactly match up.
Oh yeah,
with the kind of collective notion of whatever one side is thinking.
I remember him on Colbert.
Yeah. Colbert was freaking out.
Ended up being true.
Yeah, it did. So Stephen A, he's that's why I thought it was funny to see his coverage with Cuomo. That and Cuomo's smart to bring somebody like Stephen A on, because Cuomo's probably not going to get the hugest political names.
He's doing all right,
but he will
probably get his brother.
Oh yeah,
his brother's going to run for mayor.
Yeah, I know.
Nipple piercings and all, he said.
Andrew was on Stephen A's podcast.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're all connected, baby. We're all connected. The wheels are greased.
Maybe he'll be deputy mayor.
Stephen A?
Yeah.
He's not even a New York guy, is he?
Sure. He's on The View. That's in New York.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
I'm pretty sure he lives in New York.
And if he doesn't, he could.
All you gotta do is just change your address.
There's real estate here. He could live. He's got a lot of money.
He can use mine if he needs to.
You'd let him crash at your crib in Staten Island?
For sure.
Okay.
We got extra rooms.
I forgot you had a nice piece of property down there in Staten Island. I hope he does.
He lives in New Jersey.
Oh, that's still New York. He probably lives in New Jersey so he can have a nice big house.
Damn. He's got a nice house.
I didn't know. I thought he was out in L.A. or something.
No.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they filmed that ESPN show in Connecticut, right?
Yeah. How do you think he's with Chris Russo all the time?
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Mad Dog's a New York guy, too.
Yeah. He's in the studio with Cuomo.
And they have studios. They have studios downtown. ESPN.
Does Cuomo tape in New York, too?
I think so, yeah.
Did you ever attend a live taping?
No, I would.
Excuse me.
Wasn't Hot Dog supposed to get him on? Isn't Hot Dog supposed to pull through with get him on?
He did say that.
Did Hot Dog say he could get Chris Cuomo on the show?
He said he could get Chris Cuomo on the show. We said go for it.
Because there's somebody fucked up the video the one day, and he's like, oh, I know the person that did that.
Yeah. Oh. So then he opened his mouth.
And he opened his mouth and said he could get Chris Cuomo on the show.
That feels like a loose connection at best.
Yeah, wait, so Chris Cuomo's incompetent video editor is going to book him for our show?
Right. Right, no. That would be like if Troy was like, no, I know Sam, I can get him on your show. And Troy would come in the next day, Sam, I need you to do something for me. Yeah, it's a hard pass. No, I'm not doing that.
You'd probably do a favor for Troy.
Yeah, you'd do me a solid.
I'm not doing some show.
This is more than some
my
show.
My buddy's got a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy's got a podcast.
Can you do it?
Can you do my buddy's podcast? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll get back to you. I'll get you a date. Oh, so yeah, it was an eventful evening. I mean, I don't know why everybody's like so hyped up about this presidential address, I'm going through and reading what's really going on in the news. You know, they found Loch Ness. Yeah. They found Nessie. The Loch Ness Monster is still there. I thought we had totally decided that the Loch Ness Monster was fake.
When?
They said that famous photo of the Loch Ness Monster that everybody's seen, they said that's a fake photo. The old one, from back in the day. And I go, okay, I'm done worrying about the Loch Ness Monster then. I may even take a trip out to Scotland. And then all of a sudden, I'm reading the New York Post. I read the hard copy, I was going through the paper.
Good for you.
Yeah.
$1.75.
Yep, $1.75. I got it at a newsstand. And boom, they go, what's the headline read?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. That's what it was. That's the word. Fantastic Loch Ness Monster sighting reported. It's the first in 2025. And this
look at that photo. It is fantastic.
It is fantastic. It's a fantastic photo. It's definitely not just a darkened wave. It is clearly...
What a hater.
The head. I said it's definitely not. It's clearly the head. Why are you chuckling, Danielle? That's the Loch Ness Monster. That's terrifying.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Do you think that's the Loch Ness Monster?
I mean, I need to see this up close. I got bad eyesight.
That's pretty close. You can walk right up to the television. Right, it's really close. Yeah. No, I definitely don't think that's a discoloration of a wave.
All right, good.
That is clearly a darkened head of Nessie.
Or hump.
That is poked up. I guess it could be a hump, but I always considered is Nessie
a lovely lady lump.
I forgot Nessie is a woman. Check it out. Yeah, I guess I didn't. I don't know if Nessie is Nessie like a brontosaurus.
Yeah, something like that.
With a hump on her back.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Nessie was more snake-like. I didn't realize that there were legs and everything involved.
Well, here's the thing: we haven't really seen.
I see a picture right there. It's fantastic.
Yeah, look, like this is the Loch Ness Monster. So it is kind of like a brontosaurus.
I thought that one was definitely fake.
No.
Oh, okay.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, because somebody said that was a child's toy that they just took a picture of.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'm wrong. Then I guess it's Loch Ness Monster. Okay, that's an artist rendition we're looking. It looks like, okay, Nessie is kind of like a brontosaurus, except it looks like no legs. Almost like a brontosaurus with like a swan backside.
Yeah, really unlike anything you've ever seen.
Right. And it's weird that there's only the one.
I mean, come on.
Well,
what?
I mean, how do they say that that's the Loch Ness? It literally looks like somebody like colored in a wave.
I'm going to tell you the Cloud People photo was more convincing than this photo of Loch Ness Monster.
I thought you said it was Loch Ness Monster.
I have changed my mind. It is not a photo of anything. I don't even understand. I feel like the New York Post should go out of business for even posting this article. This is an absurd thing.
The exciting occurrence is said to have taken place over a period of several minutes, thanks to favorable weather, offering a clear view of the mysterious movements.
It's a wave.
You're such a hater.
It's a wave. I mean, is it not just a wave?
I mean, in 7 minutes, that's the best photo you got?
Right.
Several minutes.
Okay, fine, several. So in 3 minutes, that's the best photo? You can get Loch Ness out of the water? I know what Troy's saying. Troy is a guy who's always been like, look, we can speculate all we want, but until you drag Loch Ness to the town square, I don't believe it. Right?
Yeah, I'm not saying there's not a Loch Ness Monster, but that's not you can't say that's a photo of it.
I'm going to go ahead and say there's not a Loch Ness Monster.
I mean, next thing you're going to say is Bigfoot's not real either.
I can never say that publicly. I don't want to be lumped into that group. Yeah, no, I mean, listen. Especially because Loch Ness Monster is singular. How could Loch Ness, this monster just exists forever? Just sitting there?
Maybe they live at the bottom of the sea.
They're fucking each other at the bottom of the sea.
It's the bottom of Loch Ness.
It's just in Loch Ness.
Well, I mean, did they just find the anglerfish? Like they finally got a good picture of that?
That's in like the ocean, isn't it?
We don't know what's deep down there.
That's just Loch Ness. That's not the ocean.
So what do you want them to do? Drain Loch Ness?
Wouldn't it be great if they drained Loch Ness and said, see, there's nothing down here.
I mean, they've talked about it in the past.
You were right. Okay, you were right.
Okay. Point for you.
Now, what are we going to do to refill Loch Ness? And what are we going to do with all this shitty water we can't use now? Finding oceanic species. There are oceanic species at the bottom of, like, the ocean, okay, where James Cameron goes to find the Titanic wreckage. This is not the ocean. This is Loch Ness. Okay?
How deep is it? Do we know?
Travis has a whole computer with all kinds of information on it, and hopefully he can get to the bottom of it.
Troy has a computer, too.
But I already heard him, like, taking a breath, And he was about to just make it up. And I'm like, just look it up.
Deepest point is about 755 feet, making it the second deepest loch in Scotland.
It's a loch. It's a loch. It's not an ocean. 755 is not a lot of feet to be deep.
What are you talking about?
It's big for a pool.
It's 90 feet from home to first, and that's a long way away.
Yeah, you got to be a pro.
Yeah.
You got to be a pro, and you got to move quickly.
So you do that like 8 or 9 times? That's deep, bro. That is deep.
Well, you got to do it 3 to get a home run.
Yeah. 755 feet. How long is a city block?
I don't know. You're the one.
I'm doing it, man.
So why you're posing the question?
He's just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
He's looking it up.
Who's he, Ed Sheeran?
Yes. I thought the same thing.
All right, a standard block is 900 feet long.
That's bigger. It's bigger. Okay.
That's got to be an avenue block.
You put that in water. That's deep.
How deep is the ocean?
The average length of a city block is 264 feet. So figure what? Like 3...
How deep's the Atlantic?
3 city blocks.
How deep's the Atlantic?
How deep is your love?
I really need to know. How deep is the Atlantic?
4 people here with computers, and I'm the only one that's typing.
Because you're
No, I was typing.
Thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome.
You got fast fingers over there, bro.
The average depth of the Atlantic is 10,932 feet.
10,000.
Found that out quick.
10,009. So
Don't be like, thanks for doing that. You found it out quick.
He was great on that, wasn't he? He was great on that.
He's
He
the
was
man.
great. He
Thank
is.
God
He's so
you're
great.
here.
Once he gets those little skinny fingers typing,
And
he
everybody
really
else
comes
just
up with
staring
something.
in the sky.
Wow.
I gotta answer phones.
Nobody's calling.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we have no reported sightings of Loch Ness on the phones right now. Listen. You're talking about 700 feet. You're saying, well, they found that one fish. That's a 10,000 foot ocean.
It's like 3 city blocks.
Of course, there is oceanic species. That doesn't mean there is a monster at the bottom of Loch Ness.
You're telling me if you're on 49th Street,
Right.
you're going to look down at 46th Street and be like, yeah, there's definitely nothing down there.
Not a monster. We'd find out. Do you think there's a Cloverfield at the bottom of the Hudson?
There could be. Nobody swims in there.
Do you think there's a Cloverfield at the bottom of the Hudson?
Who the hell knows?
Troy, do you know for sure?
I don't know for sure.
No, you don't.
You probably would have found out. It's not that tough to get to the bottom of 700 feet. It's a lot tougher to get to the bottom of the ocean. It's not the same thing. A loch, and an ocean are not the same thing.
It's the second.
And the idea that there's a whole species of monsters down at the bottom of a loch.
It's not a whole species
What if there-
full
it's
of monsters. It's one, maybe 2. We don't know how long they've lived.
So you're saying there's one monster
That could be.
It could be like hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
that's been living for hundreds of years
I mean,
How long did turtles?
turtles live like hundreds of years.
at the bottom of the loch?
Alligators live a long time.
Yeah.
How long does an alligator live?
It's not crazy.
How long does an alligator live?
I mean,
Hang
I
on.
know turtles can live like 150 years.
150.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a turtle.
And that's a turtle.
Alligators 30 to 50 years.
Okay, that's less than a human.
Okay, but definitely like
Saltwater
those big
crocodiles
turtles.
can live to 70 years.
70 years.
Yeah.
A turtle lives to 70 years.
No, there's turtles that are over 100 years old.
Yeah, no. I just said
Yeah.
crocodile.
Oh, sorry, crocodile.
No, turtle. The turtles can live
Look it up.
forever.
Don't tell me.
Or tortoise.
Yeah, turtle.
The ones that wear the little top hats.
Guess what happens?
Yeah.
Guess what happens when this idiot isn't typing? Turtles can live forever.
I mean, they
Tortoises
live a
can
long-
live 80 to 150 years
That's
on
a
average,
long-ass
but
time,
some
bro.
can live much longer.
Okay. When was the first Loch Ness sighting?
Some can live up to
How long is Loch
250
Ness?
years.
shit, that's a
Loch
long
Ness
time.
is not a turtle.
How-
A Loch Ness could live longer than a turtle.
How long has Loch Ness been around?
We don't know. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we don't know.
There's got to be a first reported sighting. There's got to be a
1933.
Okay, so
Okay, so it could still be alive.
Yeah, it's not even 100 years.
it's the same. You're saying that old ass monster. And by the way, things that are bigger live shorter. Everybody knows that. Look at Andre the Giant.
Look how big those tortoises are with the top hats. They live 200 years, he said.
With hats?
You don't see them, how cute they are when they put a little top hat on a tortoise?
No, I didn't see that.
Come on, man. Open up your algo.
I didn't see it.
There's sharks that can live 272 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The Greenland shark.
Is it big?
Soon to be the American
By the way.
shark.
That's our shark.
It will be.
Yeah.
The America shark.
Yeah, you're
That's
acting
right.
like things can't live a long time.
A monster.
The Loch Ness Monster, the surgeon's photograph of 1934.
Danielle, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm seeing that the first written reference of the monster goes all the way back to 500 AD.
Okay.
And then
Thank
the
you.
legend didn't start to gain attention until 1933.
You know why? Because Danielle is over here not focused on flapping gums about nonsense.
Nonsense? What are you talking about? You're like, things don't
You
live
only
long.
read the first sentence of the AI overview.
That's all you need to read?
No, you said the Loch Ness came out in 1933.
This photo came out in 1933.
Danielle's talking about 500 AD.
Now known to have been a hoax. I don't know if I believe it.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't even finish the first sentence.
That sounds like editorializing.
500 AD. 500 AD, Troy.
Yeah.
You're saying it's been around, the same monster's been around since 500 AD.
The earliest report of a monster in the vicinity of Loch Ness.
Okay, so now
was
we're
written
actually
in the 7th century.
Now we're at 7th century, the 7th one. We're way deeper into the. You know,
Yeah, they probably have babies.
We're in the 21st century.
Maybe they're like those weird interdimensional live under the sea alien type things.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
They say that there's aliens under the sea.
Maybe they're like that family in
The
Pennsylvania.
alien people. Who do you think I'm talking about?
Because you're just saying things like maybe they're one of those alien species that live for hundreds and hundreds of years under the seas that we all know about, that we all know is a fact.
That's what we're debating right
I know
now.
what you're talking about.
I mean, you're just being a jerk for the sake of being a jerk.
Well, because
I'm going to take the wrong take.
Because I think that Loch Ness monster doesn't exist.
Maybe it's like a weird interdimensional sea creature.
You see the photo from yesterday?
Yeah, exactly. And maybe it's a wave.
And it's not a
That,
wave.
that,
you know what?
That to me looks like a wave. You're right.
Yeah, tell me this. I'm going to propose two options. Maybe it's a weird interdimensional ever-living creature, and maybe it's horse shit. Which one am I going to pick? I'm going to go horse shit on
When
this
I
one.
look at that photo, I go, that's horse shit.
Okay. That's all. Chef in Colorado. If you want to call the show, tell me. Tell me if I'm out of line. 866-969-1969. Our phone number is 866-969-1969. Let's go to Chef in Colorado.
What kind of a question is that?
Hush.
What's
Chef.
up, boys?
What's
hey, I'm with Troy on this one.
Okay.
That is because I have not only seen the Loch Ness Monster, I met him. I met him on the streets of New York City.
Oh, wow.
Came up to me as a man, I thought at first, and he asked me for about $350. And I realized that this was a monster from the Paleocrustacean era.
Oh my gosh.
Of early Earth.
And
I
Chef,
said, God damn it, Loch Ness Monster! I'm not giving you no $350.
tell me again, Chef. What was it? What was it that Loch Ness asked you for?
About $350.
Oh, okay.
About $350.
Thank you very much, Chef in Colorado.
The Loch Ness Institute said that
I would like to say something.
Oh, fine.
Mr. I got all the facts about Loch Ness over here thinks that Loch
Who are you
Ness...
pointing to?
Troy.
Okay.
Good clarification. Believes that Loch Ness is spelled like a padlock.
Hang on.
Okay. He wrote L-O-C-K Ness.
Oh, shut up about the spell. I'm so tired of this. Like, who cares? Nobody can see my spelling.
I can.
Danielle's got it up.
You're over here going like, I know exactly what Loch Ness is. L-O-C-K.
I'm a bad speller. We've known this for years. Why do you have to keep bringing it up every day?
Because it's part of your
I
charm.
know. I bring it up, Danielle.
You're a mean person.
Okay, cool. I bring it up. I hear Danielle laughing. What can I tell you?
I don't know why grammar. This just makes me laugh.
Well, I mean, imagine a grown-ass man who's lived so much.
Really grown.
He's lived so much longer than you have,
You
Danielle.
don't have to stress that.
I mean, he's got just a wealth of life experience, and he thinks Loch Ness is spelled L-O-C-K. It's crazy.
Oh, shut up. I'm so tired of this.
R-O-C-K.
Oh, the C is silent. You got a real-life Billy Madison over here.
Yeah. Thank you, Daddy.
No! Conditioner is better! Chris in Illinois. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
What's up? Maybe those lakes are connected to other waterways, like caves, and they're connected up. Because there's some lakes over here in the United States that have caves, and they might be connected to other lakes that we don't know about. You know what I mean?
Underwater passageways.
No, that's true. I do remember seeing a film.
He's going to be shitty again.
No, I'm not. I do remember seeing a film where a boat was able to actually, it was a party boat, and it was able to get from a lake all the way to the Hudson River, all the way to New York City, and Jason Voorhees was able, he actually was able to go from Crystal Lake to New York. So
see?
I think it's entirely and Jason Voorhees, many would say, was a monster. So, you know, Maybe that's possible. And in the case of Jason Voorhees, there were instances where he literally got exploded into pieces, and was still able to come back to life.
So is it really crazy?
He went to hell, and after going to hell, ended up in space. So I have seen crazier things.
But you're like, no, there's no way Loch Ness could survive 100 years.
I said that's my theory. And by the way, it's not 100 years, it's 500 AD.
No.
Do the
We're
math.
talking about
No, we're not.
the first confirmed photo, 1933.
No, we're not. Stop
real
pretending like
photo.
that's what you're talking about instead of pretending like you didn't have the information.
I had the information. I just chose what to give you.
Well, I like the information Danielle chose.
Gotta turn her mic off.
Yeah. So anyway, Loch Ness is in the ocean, and Troy, it is confirmed alien species, interdimensional beings in the water.
Yeah.
Do you think they're in like lochs?
They're everywhere, bro.
All bodies of water.
Yeah, they're just, and even the drones were going into the water. They were saying,
Who's they?
whoever they are.
Oh, okay. Them. Aliens in the Hudson River?
I wouldn't be surprised.
What about the East? What about the East River?
Wouldn't be surprised. There's dolphins in there. Who the hell would have thought we would have seen that?
That's a good point. Long Island Sound?
Oh yeah,
aliens.
Yes.
Wow.
Gulf of America?
Absolutely.
You think there's aliens in the Gulf of America?
Course.
You think they're pissed that they changed the name?
I would imagine so.
Gotcha.
Forward all their mail.
Mike, when you do your polar plunges down the shore, do you ever worry that you're gonna like swim deep and hit an alien?
No, we only do it in a few feet of water.
Smart.
I would imagine that they're down, in the depths.
I would hope so.
We gotta hide.
I would hope so. Yeah, we gotta hide.
Well,
are you one of
no,
the
not
aliens?
we. You gotta hide.
Oh, humans.
The aliens.
Oh, one has
the
to
sort
hide.
of
You're
the
saying
royal
one,
you.
one
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to hide.
If
Yeah.
one, if you wanted to inhabit the earth,
Do you
unseen.
think they're pissed that Troy found out? Like, because it's like they're trying to hide, they're trying to keep a low profile, and then Troy's over here blabbing on the radio about him. They're probably like, X-nay on the Otterway.
Well, if they do want to reveal themselves, they would need sort of intellectual pioneers to be the ones who break the news to everybody else if they wanted the slow drip theory.
There you go.
I gotcha. Do you think that there's any disappointment when they found out their intellectual pioneer thinks that Loch Ness is spelled L-O-C-K?
Well, no, because if you look at history, language is constantly evolving.
So maybe they're saying, like, this is where it's going.
Yeah.
It will be L-O-C-K.
Potentially.
Just watch.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's entirely possible. I'm not sitting here... I'm not judging any of it. Okay?
I feel like you are.
Yeah, I feel like.
Are you a Bigfoot guy? You think Bigfoot's real?
That's just stupid.
I mean, silly. I mean, but so is Loch Ness. But I mean, who the hell knows?
He won't say no. That's silly. That's dumb.
I mean, you don't. Who knows, dude?
What would be cooler for you?
Okay.
Loch Ness or Bigfoot?
Yeah.
You got to go Bigfoot.
No, Loch Ness.
Loch Ness. I think Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's like this weird dinosaur that's in the water. Like
Right.
Bigfoot's just like a.
Well, Bigfoot's a whole species.
Well, we don't. Who the hell knows?
Plus, I saw Harry and the Hendersons.
So, but that's a friendly Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He lived with John Lithgow.
Can't get better than that.
No, that's true.
You ruined the car.
You wouldn't want to... He did. He fucked that car up something fierce. You wouldn't want to know that there's a whole species, because then you got to go all the way to Scotland if you want to try to see it. Like, at least if it's Bigfoots, you just go to any real, like... You go to Colorado, any of those forests, you find
That's
them.
right. Like, isn't there a train and they videotaped
There's
the guy?
Bigfoot train.
Yeah, Bigfoot's trying to, like, kill people. Loch Ness is just chilling.
Only the angry Bigfoots, not Harry.
No, Harry would never do that.
I'm just saying I would rather have a species. I would rather find out about a species than a singular monster. That's all. That's for me.
You made Harry leave, made him cry. It's the worst.
Yeah, well, he felt like he was othered.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be othered.
So I've seen the documentaries.
Okay, Bigfoot, Loch Ness, aliens in the water.
Aliens in the
Aliens
water.
in the water.
Easy one?
All day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aliens, interdimensional.
Okay, aliens in the water, aliens in the sky.
Aliens everywhere.
You don't care where they're coming from.
They're everywhere.
Right. No, I wasn't asking where they are. I was asking what you would rather. You're saying they are both in the water and the sky.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's other
So it doesn't
dimensions.
matter. You're not. It doesn't like me saying which would you rather be true. You're like that's a dumb question. They are both true.
They're both true.
Oh. All right.
Aliens or definitive proof of who D.B. Cooper was?
Oof.
Oh, aliens. I mean, they figured out who D.B. Cooper was.
I'm
I
pretty
watched
sure
the
it's that last
documentary.
guy. Yeah.
I mean, they figure it out every 6 months, though.
I know, that's true.
Every time there's a new doc to come out, they're like, no, now we really got it.
And it's pretty convincing. It's like, oh no, it's this
That
guy.
one's convincing.
Every time it's convincing.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, now it's this
The
guy.
parachute stuff, that's very convincing.
I always thought D.B. Cooper was Jimmy James, who ran a radio station, a news radio station.
That's what I'm saying. We've known since the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably only
aliens or the truth about JFK.
Oh, well, that's coming out.
We know the
We're
truth.
getting that.
Yeah, just like the Epstein list, right?
She was misinformed.
I'll tell you what, that Epstein list, they wasted a lot of ink.
Oh.
I mean, all those black lines.
And the stupid binders. That was so dumb.
Everyone was so mad about that.
Everybody's
on both
like,
sides.
You suck.
Yeah, because you open the binder, there's no information.
And
in there.
the people they gave the binders to, like they gave it to like the libs of TikTok chick.
Yeah.
Like, why is she the one that's going to break the Epstein case?
She's a news source.
And it was just all old stuff that we already knew.
It's all stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
It's all performative almost.
That was so dumb.
It might be.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Performative. In politics? I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I would love to find out who D.B. Cooper is only if D.B. Cooper's still alive.
Yeah.
If he's dead,
He's dead.
Yeah, of course. But if he is dead, I don't care. Like, because if he's dead, he's just some dead guy you've never heard of. What difference does it make?
Would you rather D.B. Cooper or Zodiac Killer?
Zodiac. Because D.B. Cooper had one shot. Zodiac went on a run.
That documentary is pretty convincing, though.
The Zodiac doc?
Yeah.
Well, you're convinced by every documentary.
You don't think the last one was very convincing?
I think I'm with you. Every documentary is convincing. Making a Murderer is convincing. All these documentaries are convincing. I watched West Memphis 3, and I was like, yeah, those three guys did it.
What? That was not. That was not what the documentary was supposed to convey.
Oh, that guy that came in here wasn't guilty.
No.
All right. Well, I watched that doc, and I was like, that stepfather knows what's up. Those kids did it.
He seems totally sane.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I misread that doc then.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
No, that was in favor of them.
I watched the TikTok cult doc, and I was like, oh man, this is a good cult.
That guy rules.
Yeah, I wish these girls would leave their sister alone. She just doesn't want to be in the family anymore.
You watch Mother God.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta get some of that silver. All that silver is curing COVID. That's what.
Jess, cook me up a chicken with a side of silver.
Yeah, can you give me a little dish of silver just to dip my tenders in? Yeah. All right, maybe I'm reading these docs wrong.
Yeah.
I find them
You're
very
not getting enough
convincing,
sleep.
No, I'm not. I got to watch all these docs. There's a lot of information out there.
No, I get it.
You know, I was watching. Which doc was I? Oh yeah, I was watching the Gabby Petito doc. I went that poor laundry kid. I guess I'm getting it all wrong. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to find out, except it all depends on the results, right? Like, I would love to find out who the Zodiac Killer is, except if they do some bullshit and go, actually, it turns out it was multiple people all just pretending to be one guy, then I'd be like, I'm not intrigued by this anymore. I love the idea of one guy who was able to be the one guy that got away.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
those are the most fascinating.
Yeah, that's the intriguing story to me. And so, yeah, no, I'd love to know who it was. The Zodiac movie is good with Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. in it. I think, David Fincher doing it?
Yes.
It was really good. I love that movie. So.
Yeah, but we're talking about real life.
Most movies are real life. I've found. Like that movie Rockstar.
No.
It's basically Judas Priest. It's a real life. I love that movie. Queen. You saw the Queen movie, right, Troy?
It was great.
It was real life, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know everything. How'd they do We Will Rock You?
They fucking rocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's take a break. We got a lot to break down this morning. We've already gotten to the bottom of so much. I'm glad we could help. We'll have a lot more to break down. Stay right there. We'll be back.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We're back with Sam Roberts Show.
British Columbia. It is illegal to kill a Bigfoot.
Oh.
Did you know this? There are laws that will prohibit. In 1969 in Washington, they passed the first law to prohibit killing a Bigfoot. In 1984, they passed an ordinance that I'm assuming this is where Ian is from, Skamania County.
Yep.
1984, they passed an ordinance that made Bigfoot an endangered species. In another county, in 1992, they made the entire county a Sasquatch protection area and refuge area. In 2024, Tennessee passed a law that protects Bigfoot. Wow.
They wouldn't do this if it wasn't real.
Right. In British Columbia, it's illegal to shoot Sasquatch, also known as Mowglis. So if you find a Mowgli or a Sasquatch, you can't.
Or a Saxsquatch.
Right, I think that too. It's that damn Sasquatch again.
Damn Sasquatch.
The Animal Legal Defense Fund includes Bigfoot on their list because it highlights the commonality between people and other animals. I do love that, like, all these spots are. We're not saying Bigfoot exists, but we're hedging our bets just in case. Don't fuck with him. He's our guy, which I think is a wonderful thing, especially, you know, species to species. I think it's great. Does that make you more believe that Bigfoots are? I mean, why would they go to all the trouble?
Exactly. Why would they make laws if it was just some fable?
Right. There's no laws. I mean, there may be laws for Loch Ness, to tell you the truth. I'll tell you what. Apparently, there are no laws about selling tickets to concerts that may be fiction.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard, but you remember, last week we were talking about Fyre Festival 2, and tickets went on sale for the second Fyre Fest, which is going to be unbelievable. They said all kinds of guests will be booked. That maybe at the moment we can't name any specific ones that are right now, but this is going to be another fest. I think they said it's going to take place over 2 weekends this time in Mexico, and they're going to have a skate ramp, they're going to have concerts, they're going to have everything you could ever dream of. And there were tickets going for as low as $1,000 and as high as $1.1 million. However, some nosy person decided to go ask the Isla Mujeres, their tourism board, because they said, we're going to Mexico, we're going to Isla Mujeres, and this is where we're going to do Fyre Fest 2. And then somebody went to the tourism board, and the tourism board said that they have no knowledge of this event. Edgar Gasca, who's with the tourism directorate of Isla Mujeres, told The Guardian that they have had no contact with any person or any company about the festival, adding, for us, this is an event that does not exist. Permits have not been requested for the event, is what we're being told. He says the festival is not going to happen. There are red flags all over the place.
That's a negative way to look at it.
Okay, yeah, this guy, I don't know. How do you say pesimistic in Espanol?
Yeah. ¿Dónde está hater?
Right. If you go to their website and take the coordinates they provide, then put them in Google Maps, it takes you to the ocean.
That is true.
Between Cancun and Isla Mujeres. Okay, well, but also, there are boats there, so maybe that specific coordinate is just where the boat ride is going to go. We don't know for sure. Billy hasn't told us all of it. So yeah, apparently Billy can't catch a break. I would not be shocked at all. I mean, this thing was supposed to take place in May of this year.
Yeah,
this is not. This is
and it will
right around the corner. I would not be shocked at all if Billy's plan was to sell tickets to Fyre Fest 2 and then turn around and use the ticket money to book the location. And I don't know, I guess hope that enough people bought those $1.1 million packages that he could then book guests as well.
Billy posted an update last night.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, you want to hear?
Yeah. This is Billy McFarland. This is the promoter of Fyre Fest after Isla Mujeres in Mexico said, this is not a real thing. Void. This is not a check.
Good evening, everybody. I have a really important Fyre update.
Nice.
Last week, I did an interview.
Yeah, of course.
It was with a Y. I thought it was just a Fyre update. I thought it was
this update is Fyre.
No, the update is about the Fyre Fest. It's not just a standard. Because I feel like when I jump on Instagram, I'm like, let me just give a Fyre update right now. Okay, this Fyre with a Y. Okay, just making sure everybody was clear on that.
Reviewing the Today Show, and since then, the story has been shared, retold, twisted, and covered by journalists from all over the world. I figured it would be best to hear directly from me what's actually happening.
Okay.
First, Fire 2 is real.
Okay, hit pause. I mean,
there we go.
What
else do we need?
Does anybody? Let's take a poll of the room. Do you guys want to hear the rest of the clip, or is it not necessary?
No,
I don't want to.
I want to hear what's going on.
Oh, you do?
I feel like it's unnecessary
Because I don't want to beat this into the ground. But you do want to hear the rest.
I'd like to hear what's going on.
Okay, I mean for Troy's sake, but he's saying Firefest 2 is happening, and that's enough for me, kind of, to tell you the truth. But okay, we'll hear what else.
What good is a man without his word?
Yeah, and if there's anyone we could trust,
it's Billy McFarland.
It's Billy McFarland. Which, by the way, Billy, if you're listening, and I know you are, we'd love to have you in studio sometime. I want to...
We'll sell this thing out.
I want to get to the... Yeah, exactly. Let's promote. I mean, you got Isla Mujeres saying there's no Fire Festival. Come on the radio. Talk to your boys. We'll promote this thing.
Second, we have incredible partners leading the festival. They're in charge of all the logistics, productions, and operations.
Great.
This includes an incredible production team in Mexico who does not F around.
Whoa! That's because they're not trying to find out.
Whoa.
So this is not an F around crew. This is not. I like that he's protecting himself for the algo.
Yeah.
Making sure that the Fire update hits as many accounts as possible. But okay, so they're not effing around because I truly felt that previous article had implied some significant effing around.
Nope.
Although I will tell you, the guy was talking about red flags, going like, this is clearly not going to happen. There's just red flags everywhere. To me, it is a red flag when, as the person in charge, you start going, there are other teams responsible for all of this. Because what you are doing is you are setting a foundation to eventually cast responsibility onto the other teams and not take any for yourself.
No.
This has happened traditionally. I'm not saying Billy would ever do this to us. However, traditionally, there have been people who have done this. That's all.
Name one.
I couldn't. Not off the top of my head. I could not do it. Jim McClure.
Hey, you got one.
Jim McClure.
That is one.
Yeah, I go like this. You think we get more promotion for the show? He's like, I absolutely do. And we've got great people. We put somebody in the executive producer slot, and that really is a great executive producer responsibility. I was like, huh.
Well, what were you saying? I was doing something else.
Here's Billy.
There is no way they would ever take on a fake festival.
There.
3, we have accommodations.
I didn't realize that's the whole point. We're moving to 3.
They would never.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm with a team that doesn't F around. So, being that they don't F around,
they would never take on a fake.
Why would they take? That feels effing around. They're not going to take on a fake festival.
Who would take on a fake festival?
That's F.
Yeah. They don't F.
That's effery right there. It's effery to take on a fake festival.
Naturally, this was a huge point of emphasis given the issues surrounding Fire 1.
Right.
Our accommodations include contracts for the number of villas, yachts, and hotels.
Okay.
This also includes 2 hotels who were contacted by the media and in response gave misleading statements saying they never heard of Fire and they aren't working with us.
I will hit pause for a second. I will say that is misleading because you never heard of Fire. It's one thing to say we never heard of Fire coming here. But you never heard of... You don't have Netflix? You never heard of the Fire Fest?
Or Hulu, yeah.
Hulu?
Come on.
You didn't hear about that guy that was blowing people for water? Nothing? Nothing? You never heard of Ja Rule? What would I do it? I'm a baby. Nothing? Never heard of it. Okay, if you say so.
After hearing this, I asked my team to terminate those contracts and to focus on the hotels and other partners who are eager to work with and support Fire.
Nice. Good for you, Billy.
4.
Oh.
We have talent.
I thought he was going to name the hotels.
No.
He did not.
No. Don't worry about that.
He did not name I thought he was going to say, and here are the people we're working with now.
No.
But he's like, that's...
You can't quit. You're fired.
That's a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have many secrets, and all the secrets are the good news. Trust me.
Artists, athletes, and other performers are on board and scheduled for Fire 2.
Great.
Who are they?
5.
Okay. All right,
restitution is being paid.
Oh.
Since being released 30 months ago, I've made 40 payments to restitution.
Could you pause for a sec?
For how much?
I'm just wondering, that doesn't, to me, make it seem like you're not using the ticket money for restitution. Because that was the concern people had. I'm paying money for Firefest, and he's going to use this to pay restitution. He's going to use this to pay his legal bills, and the fact that he is saying, I am actively paying it while there is actively ticket money coming in, well, it alarms me.
Yeah, also, I don't know, this doesn't really have anything to do with Fire 2. I don't need to know about your restitution.
I think it's because we feel like Fire 2 might be a scam to pay for the crimes surrounding Fire 1.
Okay, then guess what?
What?
When it's time for Fire 3,
sure,
all the Fire 2 tickets will be taken care of.
Good point.
Right, and so then we can finally do... So Fire 3, we can finally do a real festival. Yeah. Just ride with me, guys.
It's going to be Fire 2.
But they will technically be Fire 2. Well, technically Fire 1 never happened either. There were no bands, just FEMA tents. Just because you have FEMA tents and cheese sandwiches does not mean you had a festival.
I think it counts as a festival.
Sure.
FEMA tents and cheese sandwiches count as a festival.
Yeah. There were people
bands showed up.
Yeah.
They didn't perform.
Who showed up?
I thought there was artists that... Didn't they show up and they just... There was something...
I don't think Blink-182 showed up.
Blink-182
they were booked.
They were booked, but then they were like, we ain't going to
Okay,
that.
well,
they showed up and they looked at what the rundown was, and they went, damn it.
Okay.
I don't know that any legitimate artists showed up. Maybe if they did, they turned right around.
I'm telling you, I think Black Caviar should definitely do this.
If all you need is FEMA tents and cheese sandwiches to do a festival,
go ahead.
On a completely unrelated note, I would like to announce, in conjunction with SiriusXM, we will be doing a Sam Roberts Show festival, and tickets will be going on sale soon. I just had some ideas just now.
How much?
Well, they started only $2,500.
That sounds like a deal to me.
But it's a whole weekend with food and shelter.
Can we announce our first guest?
No.
Is talent booked?
Yes.
Can you tell me who they are?
No.
Okay.
But I will say, food and shelter guaranteed.
Okay.
And it will be delicious food and luxurious shelter.
Let's see what else Billy has to say.
Yes, please.
I think we're on point number 5 now.
I've also made it my mission to do more than legally required.
Oh!
Part of this has been giving a large percentage of Fire 2's budget and profits directly to restitution.
Wait a second.
What?
Hang on.
That's
what?
Nice of him.
You're giving Fire 2's budget to restitution? What does that mean?
Well, that means that Firefest 2 isn't getting paid for. Right? You can't. That doesn't. First of all, how does Firefest 2 already have profits? They haven't booked the acts.
He's doing more than legally responsible.
Yeah, I mean, what that means is...
By doing illegal things.
He's taking the ticket money and just paying for his restitution. There's no profit yet, I don't think. And also, I'd love Billy McFarland to come in and talk to us about this. I don't want to make any wild accusations. I don't understand how there could be profit. And yeah, I also budget. Like, is there... That would mean you can't do that unless in the budget it says... Also, part of the budget for Fire 2 is paying for my restitution. Otherwise, you're just taking money out of the budget and putting it into Fire 1. It would be like me going to Sirius and going like, hey, could I have a budget for Sam Roberts Show? And they're like, yeah, here's the budget. And I'm like, the good news is I've built out a lot of my basement with this budget, which is more than legally responsible. It's not how budgets work.
What did Piper say? Every time they think they got the...
Every time you think you've got the answers, I change the questions.
I kind of feel like that's what Billy's doing right now.
He is. Yeah, he is. This is Piper's Pit, big time.
6. Oh, wow. My partners and I have remained in communication with local and state government to ensure full compliance and a successful event that benefits the local economy, shares the beauty of the Mexican Caribbean with the world, and helps make right for all of the wrongs.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. 7?
7.
Okay.
Nice.
Fire 2 is moving forward, and we are moving forward with full integrity.
Nice.
Could you
From
pause
now
for a
on,
second? Is that full integrity as compared to Fire 1? Like, what is the norm for integrity? Is that full integrity as a normal person would see it, or full integrity as like, well, we didn't do this for Fire 1, so that's...
I think it's the bare minimum of integrity.
Right. Okay.
Like, you guys can trust me this time.
So full integrity is bare minimum integrity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, he's already doing more than he legally needs to be doing, so get off his back.
Okay. Well, again, that feels
he's directing all profits of Fire 2. Some profits and some budget, whatever that means.
I mean, it just feels like I'm doing what legally I'm completely responsible to do, it's just a very low threshold to begin from.
Back off.
So to announce that I'm doing slightly more than what I'm legally required to do.
And he's made 40 payments for restitution.
Yeah.
He doesn't say how much, but, 40 payments.
Yeah, I don't know.
$1.
It's a
whatever he's got.
Payment is a payment.
Yeah.
It's what I had on me at the time.
Yeah.
It'll come directly from me.
Okay.
I look forward to continuing to work with my great partners to bring the vision of fire to life and to help make right for all of the wrongs.
Oh.
If anybody wants to join us,
I do.
And help us make history, and help show the truth of the vision and the intentions, please DM me. I'm here day and night.
Bro.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to sharing this with the world.
I'm on it.
Let's slide in there, bro. You know what to do.
You know I will.
We are supporters.
Let's do a quick follow.
Good. Follow everything you can. Follow his personal, follow it, and send DMs to all of it. We got to get to the bottom of this because they are fucking on Billy McFarland. And I'm done with it.
And you don't like that.
No more fucking on Billy. I'm done with it, okay? He's doing more than he legally has to. He didn't address the Isla of Mujeres at all.
He said he's been in contact with local and state officials.
But didn't specifically explain why the Board of Tourism is saying we don't know anything about this Fire Fest.
Yeah,
he did not address that at all. But that's not to say he won't. Okay? What about that post that says Fire 2 is real?
That was
the one what we read last week before they said it was not.
Yeah.
Who would buy tickets to a festival? They don't even know who's playing.
It's going to be lit.
They do that all the time now.
It's going to be lit.
They put Coachella tickets up for sale before.
Well, I mean, Coachella's kind of like a party, and you know it's going to happen every year. I can see that
because brand is strong.
Yeah, and that's how they get you. They're like, hey, buy them now. Wait till we announce the artist. That's when ticket prices go up.
They're going to be sold out.
This is end of May. I mean, they should be booking for next year.
Booked. They're booked.
No. That hasn't been confirmed.
He said we have talent.
I mean,
last time we talked,
in the update it was like 0.4.
I forgot about 0.4. It was a lot of points. It was like I didn't think it was going to be 7 points. I thought I was going to have to tune in for maybe 3, and then I could kind of tap out. I didn't realize how long he was going to go on
Weird,
for.
There's no comments on the video.
Huh?
Leave one.
I don't know if I can. Hang on.
Just say we love you, Billy. We love you.
Oh, there are comments on the video.
Oh, okay. Good.
And they're just not showing up here.
Yeah, good. They're probably all support.
Cheese sandwich order button.
Okay. Okay. I bought a ticket. I can't wait to see David Bowie headlining with Tupac.
They're both dead.
They got holograms in Isla Mujeres.
I've bought my ticket, and myself and my totally real best friend Mick Jagger will be there.
Oh, Mick Jagger's going. That's sick. As a guest.
Ready for
another Netflix doc. Very professionally filmed video statement. Should convince everyone that Fire V2 will be better. I mean, look, did he put on... He could have at least put on one of those mics, you know. They're not difficult to do anymore.
He's got no time for that. He's busy coordinating with the local government.
I forgot about the local government.
In response, he defended the festival, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Well, good. However, according to McFarland, we have accommodations. Naturally, this is a huge point of emphasis given the issues surrounding Fire 1. Is he talking about the FEMA tents?
Yeah.
Okay, because they were blowing away, if I remember correctly. The wind picked up, and the FEMA tents.
We have accommodations.
Oh, okay. All right. Our accommodations include contacts, the number of villas, yachts.
This is what he said in the video.
And hotel. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is what we saw. That's why I forget, because it didn't say what point it was, so I didn't know that we had seen that. I mean, Danielle, this is like for your generation, right? Do you get your tickets?
Not yet.
But you're considering it? No?
Sounds like a yes.
Oh, it sounds like a yes.
I'm rooting for him.
You want him to succeed.
I do, because I want him to I want him to turn it around.
You do?
But I would bet my whole life savings Fire's not real.
Right. Okay. Now, why do you want him to turn around, or wouldn't it be better to get another sick doc out of it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, I would not want him to turn it around.
What if it ends up being the most incredible festival ever?
Yeah, what if I actually do sit there with FOMO going
I wish
I was a Fire too. Look at that cheese sandwich.
Stone Cold and Rob Zombie.
Just rocking out
performing
together.
on stage together.
Just cheersing beers. Yeah, no, that would be sick.
If he proved everyone wrong.
Yeah, that would
and there was
be sick.
4 people.
And he's like, I told you.
Yeah,
I told you I was doing
Yeah.
this. Did you not listen to point 6? I told you. I thought I laid this out very clearly. No, that would be great. you know, he hasn't said Stone Cold or Rob Zombie. So at the moment, I'm not convinced of it.
Why is Ja Rule not involved?
Well, I think he had a falling out with Ja.
Yeah. They didn't see eye to eye.
You know, yeah, I think because after the doc came out, everybody was blaming Ja. And Ja needed that like he needed a hole in the head. You know, everybody found out that Wanksta was about him and it fucked him up forever.
That was like almost 20 years ago.
I know, but everybody's still, I mean, first of all, it's still a good song.
Yeah, it is.
And second of all, like if Ja Rule were in here and I said, you know, I'm reading in the prep, is it true that when you go to car dealerships, you don't buy anything? Like, you just laughed just now.
Yeah, of course. I would think that was
thinking
great.
About
Great question.
Yeah. How long have you been hustling? What were you like in high school? Because I heard you were the man, homie. Fuck happened to you? You'd think all that was hilarious.
I would have thought it was great.
I mean, yeah. So the fact that is still there in the zeitgeist, and then he gets coupled with this Firefest thing, I'm sure he thought that doing Firefest would get him out of the Ja Rule, you know, conundrum that he's been in. But instead, what did it do? It was worse. Now it adds to the lore.
Sunk him deeper.
Yeah. So I think he started, especially when the docs came out, and he said in the doc, false advertising maybe, not fraud. I think that's at that point he started to distance himself from Billy. At one point he tried to like brand it. At one point he tried to, you know, make money off of it. I forget what exactly it was.
Ja?
Ja. He came out with something fire related earlier on when the docs first came out. But I think then he tried to distance himself from the whole thing. Especially when Billy went to jail. He's like, I don't think I want to fuck around with any of that stuff.
And what artist in their right mind would want to be associated with this?
That's a good point. We've got an offer. It's a festival.
I'm telling you, man, Black Caviar.
Bro, listen.
If you wouldn't do it.
1,000%. If the money was right, hell yeah.
You could be in the doc.
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
I would do it even if the money wasn't right.
I'd love to be in the doc.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Danielle's right. Like, just to get into the doc,
yeah.
Like, if it works, great. If it doesn't work, even better. Like, the money doesn't even have to be right because you'll be able to sit there in the doc and explain everything.
You could go on all the TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're a part of the story.
Yeah.
Promo.
Well, yeah, that's I would do that, but
elderly DJ Troy Kwan.
Well, I wouldn't appreciate if they would phrase it like that.
Yeah, you're just like, look, wouldn't it be great though if they didn't say that, right? But it said it on the Chiron, on the lower third that comes up on the TV, and you just see Troy squinting at the confidence monitor.
Yeah,
like
what?
What does that say? What? Anyway, tell me about the fire. Why does it say that? It would look like he's looking straight at the camera. Why does it say? Why did you write that?
I would appreciate if they wouldn't
anyway,
refer to us as elderly.
Could you tell us
DJs.
about the travel? Yeah. But you wrote. Why did you?
I'm just saying.
I would do it. Yes. So Firefest, if you're listening, book Black Caviar. We're down.
Let's get Billy on the show and go. We have an opportunity, a media opportunity, and an opportunity to book a musical act that will come on the cheap. And you can start advertising them immediately.
I'm going to send him a DM, and I'll mention that.
Yeah, we also have a musical act for you. It's a big DJ act. And they were in Spider-Man.
Just found out we went double platinum.
What?
Yep.
Whoa.
So.
Are you getting a plaque?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty dope.
That's sick. Double platinum?
Double platinum.
That's tough these days. It's difficult to do.
It was a big movie.
Yeah, it was. And a great song. People love that song. Troy's band did a song in Spider-Man.
I've heard you guys
Into the Spider-Verse.
No way.
Yeah, that's true.
Like what song?
What's Up, Danger?
What?
What's Up, Danger?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, see?
I streamed that whole like soundtrack. Like that's crazy.
That's Troy.
Yeah, I think Travis is pulling it up right now. Yeah, this is Troy's DJ group.
Wow.
Hang on, there's an Offspring clip.
Oh, hell yeah.
Troy was in Troy's actually used to be known as Noodles.
You were Noodles?
That's Noodles.
I was,
from the
yeah.
Offspring,
That's awesome. I'm going to jump in.
Foundational Scream franchise, something going on with the creative process of this. That's good. Then we find out that the star Melissa Barrera is done from the movie. They said it was because she posted something about Palestine or something on her Instagram, but I kind of got the feeling that they just didn't want to pay her.
You think?
That was kind of what I got. That was kind of the vibes that I got.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was my own theory.
But I mean, like the end of that movie.
I know, but then they
very
got
clear where they're going.
She was literally the protagonist that I was waiting to see make a heel turn that would then go into a babyface turn. I had the whole thing worked out in my head over the course of two more movies. But she literally is the star of the new franchise. She's the new Neve Campbell.
Not anymore.
And now but the reason that I think it was a money thing was because remember they didn't want to pay Neve Campbell to be in Scream 6.
Yeah, but then what did they do?
Well, then they got fucked. They were just like, okay, we're losing everybody because after they lost Melissa Barrera, they lost Wednesday Addams,
Jenna Ortega,
literally
the next day,
and everybody loves Jenna Ortega. Jenna Ortega's an it girl. They think she's the best. She's Wednesday Addams. She's in Scream. You love just Jenna Ortega.
I love her,
don't you? Everybody loves her. And she was she was like this crux. It's like, look, and when Scream 5 came out and she was in it, she wasn't the it girl yet. She was on her way, very quickly becoming, but she wasn't that person. So they got real lucky, and they ended up with this like person who has really risen to significant fame in their movie, and now she's part of the franchise. They lose Jenna Ortega, so now they don't have the two guys doing the creative on it. They don't have Jenna Ortega. They don't have Melissa Barrera. Everybody goes, I've lost faith in this Scream movie. The only thing I could think of was I go, how do you do a movie now without Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera, who were they were sisters. They're the two stars. And we don't see them get killed. So it's not like you can go, oh yeah, they got killed between the two movies. Like you can't do that. You can't do that in a franchise. So I said the only thing you could possibly do is find somebody who wasn't in Scream 6 and try to write a story that was taking place at the same time as Scream 6. That was my theory. That it's like, well, this was happening in another town. This was happening back in Woodsboro or whatever you want to do. And I don't know if that's what they're doing or not.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows, but they are really, if I could throw a pun out there, taking a stab at this. Because, thank you. If you guys want to take a moment to let that sink in.
We should probably take a break.
They have Kevin Williamson now directing it.
First time he's directing.
Right. They also brought back Neve Campbell.
Yep.
Which I'm sure she made him pay quite a bit. And she should make him pay quite a bit.
She's the queen.
She's the greatest. She's Party of Five and Sidney Prescott.
Wild Things.
Wild Things. Forget about it. Just forget about it. Out of here. Out of here, mister. Then they started bringing back other cast members where I started going, what? So they said they're bringing back Stu.
Yep.
And now there's been a long-standing in the Scream cinematic universe, a long-standing theory that in the first Scream movie, Stu is one of the killers. A TV drops on his head, and that's how he dies. But that's all we see is the TV dropping on his head. So there's been a long-standing sort of fan theory that Stu could still be alive. And every time a Scream movie comes out, people wonder if Stu is going to be the killer and he's going to reveal himself, I've been alive this whole time.
Which would be awesome.
Sure. But there's two hang-ups for me. Number one, how did nobody know that Stu was still alive? He's been in jail the whole time. Well, over the last couple of decades, maybe you would have mentioned that in one movie, that Stu's in jail. It should have come up over the course of the 5 movies that they made after Scream 1. So that makes no sense.
Or he's just been really busy.
Something should have come up. 2,
he's working in a factory.
They said in Scream 6, Stu's dead.
Who said?
I don't know. I don't remember which character said it, but they said he's dead.
Yeah, rumors fly around all the time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So Stu's cast in this thing. I'm bringing it up today because this just breaks either last night or this morning that David Arquette is joining Matthew Lillard, and who has played Stu, and I didn't know this, Scott Foley.
Yep.
As well in Scream 7. Scott Foley played Sidney Prescott's brother, that's the reveal, spoiler alert, in the worst of all the Scream movies, Scream 3. Hideous movie.
Welcome back.
He's dead.
Oh.
He died in that movie.
Or so we thought.
So we thought. Also, David Arquette, Dewey.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Died in Scream 5, I want to say.
I thought it was 6.
Could have been. It was one of. He died in the hospital.
Oh, that was 5.
It was
that
5. Yeah, he died in Scream 5.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
So I'm wondering if Scream 7 is Ghostface in hell.
Okay.
And so here's where I'm thinking this must go.
Because I also have heard a theory that I like.
Okay, so tell me, here's my first theory where I'm thinking.
Okay.
If you have Stu, you have Sidney's brother Roman, and you have Dewey all back, and they're all dead as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, have they said if what's his face is coming back, who played the other killer in Scream 1?
No, the only people that we know are coming back is Scott Foley and Matthew Lillard. And now
David Arquette.
And also Joel McHale is playing Sidney's husband.
Oh boy. He's going to have some wisecracks.
Yeah.
You think he's going to have some snipes?
Yep. He's going to be the comic relief.
Sidney's sarcastic husband.
Yep.
I mean, if they're bringing back all the dead people, they should grab Oscar award winner Mikey Madison to come back as well.
I don't think they got that rate.
Maybe not.
No.
Maybe they'll just bring back Dennis Quaid's kid.
Yeah. That's could be a little cheaper.
So look. Here's where I think this has to be going. Skeet Ulrich. Skeet Ulrich was in the others as like a weird sort of. They put like the Bob De Niro Irishman CGI on him to de-age him,
And it didn't look bad.
and played his.
I don't think that kind of stuff looks that bad anymore.
It's getting better. That's for sure.
passable.
It's still a little weird, but it is at least passable. It didn't take me out. I'll say that. So I think Scream 7. The only thing that makes sense to me. And by the way, it says Ethan Embry is in it too, which somehow he was never in a Scream movie, but 90s icon Ethan Embry.
I'm down. Sign me up.
You're talking about Empire Records, Ethan Embry?
Yeah.
You're kidding me?
Courtney Cox is coming back, obviously.
Right. Although, didn't she maybe die?
Yeah, she maybe dies all the time.
I feel though,
She didn't
like,
die.
was she definitely alive at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't it like, didn't she like almost die like in an
yeah,
apartment?
they gave her the Dewey. They gave her the Dewey ending.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think at the beginning of Scream 7,
Okay.
Sidney gets killed.
Ooh.
Maybe by Joel McHale. Maybe it's a domestic disturbance. I don't know.
Okay. I mean,
But the only thing I can think of is Scream 7 is Ghostface in hell, and now Sidney has to deal with all the Ghostfaces because she's in hell.
okay.
Right?
I think that would be a horrible movie.
It feels good to me. Something feels good about this. Where now, because all these people are dead in this movie, so like if they're all coming back, then I feel like they've got to be in hell. Dewey goes to hell because they've all murdered.
Yeah.
Sidney's murdered. Sidney murdered Billy. Sidney murdered Billy's mom. Sidney, I mean, without context is kind of a shitty person. With context is completely justified because they were all trying to murder her. But without context, you could still argue she might have to go to hell for a little bit. And maybe Sidney has to beat all the ghost faces to go to heaven.
Okay.
And she has to help Dewey get to heaven as well.
I mean, that's the worst movie I've ever heard.
All right. Well, I just thought of it literally just now as we're sitting here, and I feel like I'm ready to go into a meeting with $7 on it.
So there's two things for me. Number one, just because they're announced to be in this doesn't mean it's not going to be flashbacks or...
What, are they going to retcon?
No, not necessarily, but like there can be like scenes with them that doesn't like ruin the movie.
All I'm thinking of, like, Billy Loomis is technically in the movie Skeet Ulrich, but he is the ghost of Billy Loomis, which is how they get away with it.
Yeah.
And one scene he's in the back of a car, talking to his daughter.
I remember that.
All I'm thinking about is a school bus just full of all the dead people in Scream. And they're just all hanging with Nev Campbell.
So what I have heard, which is a theory that I'm going to get behind, I'm going to co-sign this one.
Okay.
Danielle, now you know what that means.
Not a math reference.
Thank you.
Is that they are going to be used as deep fakes.
Deep fakes?
In some way, like AI, which would make sense because that's modern day.
Well, why don't we just deep fake them then? You're going to actually use the actors to fake a deep fake? Why don't you just deep fake?
No. Because that way we're like, oh, look, they're there.
I mean, if they're there playing a deep fake...
That makes a lot more sense than Nev Campbell goes to hell.
Scream 7, Ghostface in hell sounds awesome.
And has to kill all the other ghost faces to get to heaven.
Yeah, of course she has to, with Dewey. She has to bring Dewey with her to heaven.
That sounds like the worst movie I've ever heard of.
Okay, well, I think Sidney and
I'm going
Dewey,
with deep fakes.
I think Sidney and Dewey belong in heaven. Final answer.
Okay.
I just don't, I mean, if you're going to do, are they just like, because they know that if they do actual deep fakes, people get pissed?
Yeah, nobody likes that.
I would hate it if I was an actor and had to play myself as a deep fake. I'd be like, can't we just figure out like maybe what if we do this in hell? It would
Or
be my
listen,
pitch.
I mean, it's not crazy to just
Well, you said two things. What's the other thing? Because I hate this. I hate the deep fake.
flashbacks.
Flashbacks.
I mean, flashbacks is the easiest way to be like, hey, we're bringing this character back, and not like have it ruin everything.
What if it's a cult that brings ghosts to life?
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so
As long as we're not going to hell.
like literally, like
Yeah.
and the battles take place in hell.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was my first vision. Was the battles are literally taking place in hell
With demons?
with there
Or just ghost
there's
faces?
demons, and there's also like cameos, like Hitler's down there. Like it'd be really funny if like Kanye was down there, just as like what I mean, just like a tip of the hat, But like you put Hitler down there, Stalin can be down there, like all these like real bad guys.
Okay.
Maybe like Jeffrey Dahmer shows up.
I guess.
OJ. You don't think people would pop if OJ was in hell?
Like Walt Disney?
Yeah. Walt
Everybody's like,
yeah. That's what I
Steve
figured.
Jobs.
Right. They're like, how Steve Jobs ended up down here? Well, when he wasn't making the phones, he wasn't that nice. Yeah.
No, it's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Okay, well, it's ripe for cameos.
Yeah, because yes. Then you can get anyone and everyone.
That are bad. You can't do any good cameos.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You could have like Phil Spector down there. Would you pop if Phil Spector was in Scream as somebody in hell?
1,000%.
Yeah. I think it'd be great. Right. Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah.
I think you could. I mean, Gene Hackman.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg's down there.
Get RBG in there.
And I'll tell you what, Mike. That's the type of pop culture connection I can get behind.
Ruth Conda forever.
That's right. My kid said that the other night. It was really sweet. Okay, then let's put our fine. We won't do it in hell with all the great cameos. What if it's a cult and they bring ghosts to life?
Like literal ghosts?
But only Sydney could see them, so we don't really know if they're literal ghosts. We don't know if she's going crazy or if they're actual ghosts coming to life.
Okay, because if they are actual ghosts coming to life,
and then the reveal
then
is
we're leaving reality.
The reveal is they are actual ghosts coming to life.
Okay, then we're leaving reality.
Like
up until now, we have been grounded in reality.
It's like the movie Ghost Dad. Remember that one?
Oh, I love Ghost Dad.
Exactly, except Scream.
All right, that's the kind of pop culture reference crossover I could get behind.
I'm extremely concerned. I'm gonna
flashbacks. Flashbacks.
It's a lot of people to hire for flashbacks.
Not really. 3?
Let me tell you something. Dewey don't come cheap.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Not David Arquette.
I'm pretty sure he's working scale.
Let's get David Arquette in here too, by the way.
Yeah, reach out. You're friends with him.
That's actually a fair point. Throw it right back in my lap, and I can't argue with you on that.
He knows you.
Yes, he does.
He's aware.
Yes, he does. Who else does?
The Rock.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Just off the top of my head?
Yeah. I just wanted another one off the top of your head.
The Rock.
Yeah, I'm extremely concerned. Mark Consuelos is in this too, from Kelly and Mark?
Sure.
Okay. I'm extremely concerned. I'm going to be 100% honest. I think even with all these people being cast, I felt like I was very hopeful after Scream 5. I said, man, they did it right.
Who's writing it?
They brought the franchise back and they nailed it.
Scream 5 is
it's a difficult thing to do. They nailed it. They played into the nostalgia enough, but they created a new, interesting cast of characters. And then we got Scream 6, and it was good enough. It wasn't so wonky that I said I'm out. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't so wonky that I was out. Now, I don't know, man. I'm worried. I'm concerned. I don't want them to do this to my franchise.
Okay, the writers are the same writers from 5 and 6.
But they're not directing.
No.
It feels like, this feels Aaron Rodgers. This feels like the Aaron Rodgers season with the Jets. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's the Aaron Rodgers season with the Giants that we haven't seen yet.
Can I tell you how much I hope Aaron Rodgers signs with the Giants?
He's the odds-on favorite in betting.
Oh, I want to put some money on that just for the juju, just to put it out there into the universe. I'd be so excited. I love that my career as a football fan has coincided with some of the great Aaron Rodgers stories ever. He's my favorite. I love him so much. The Jets are like, if the Giants come to him and say, you could still do McAfee and you play for us, he goes right back to the same stadium. Be convenient. He doesn't have to move.
Yeah. Same locker, probably.
Oh, Same locker. Paint it blue.
Yeah.
Paint it blue. Aaron insists on changing in the Jets room with you guys. Yeah, I'm very excited about that possibility. And I love the idea of Giants fans like getting excited going, I don't know. Maybe this is the turnaround season. Maybe and seeing another New York season of disappointment. Or he really does. It would be even better. There's no bad scenario with him going to the Giants. Either you watch history repeat itself and it's just like delicious justice and irony. Or you got an even better story, which is Aaron Rodgers goes to the Giants, has an incredible season, gets along great with the coach, and you realize it really was everybody else the whole time.
Well, wait, what's the other scenario?
Just another...
Because he's not staying with the Jets.
No. The other scenario is he has a season just like he had with the Jets, but with the Giants.
Oh,
meaning
okay.
he.
I see what you're saying.
Like just another disappointing season
or
for New York.
An incredible turnaround.
Right, exactly. I know he's not staying with the Jets, but I want him to go with the Giants. And either that's what I'm saying. One of those two scenarios is what happens. Either he, just leaves the Giants fans destroyed and dismayed and distraught, or somehow
really gives it to the Jets.
Yeah, we find out that it wasn't. The Packers were at fault. The Jets were at fault. He is actually the man. He's still got it, and he's easy to get along with. That's what I'm hopeful for. Mike, do you think it's going to happen?
I mean, they're going to need a bridge quarterback. It looks like they're possibly going to trade up to one.
What about Tommy Cutlets?
Yeah, you don't think Cutlets is ready? His agent seems like he's on it.
Well, he also lives in New Jersey too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So they both have short commutes.
Right, so...
I mean, I would love...
Well, his parents live in Jersey, Tommy Cutlets, I should say.
Well, I think he resides with them.
Oh, okay.
Well, because of the cutlets and the laundry.
I forgot about the laundry scenario.
Understand. I think they're from like Cedar Grove too, nice town.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rodgers-Dable dynamic would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just seeing Brian Dable's face get redder and redder every week.
You don't think he'll turn it around?
He doesn't feel like the right guy to be in New York.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers needs less of a spotlight on him.
That's right. That's a good, yeah, that's right. That's right. But I do love, and maybe this goes with why I'm going to just keep loving these Scream movies forever. I am not a fan of the story of, hey, when you're the best, leave them wanting more and quit while you're still at the top of your game. I think that's dumb. I think people, when greatness is out there, I think greatness should be allowed to keep rolling until the wheels fall off, if that's what greatness wants to do. I think greatness should be given its own sort of separate set of rules. And if somebody like Aaron Rodgers, that's why I watch all the Saw movies. Saw 1 was so good that if you want to make 15 shitty sequels to it, keep making Saw. You've earned it.
Because of how good the first one was?
Yes.
All right.
Cary Elwes nailed it. You've earned it. Go ahead and make them until I'm dead in the ground. I feel the same way about Aaron Rodgers playing. Go ahead and there is no reason, unless you want to take a load off, if you want to retire, if you're just sick of the game, of course. But if you want to just keep running until the wheels fall off, if everybody around you is saying, I think it's over, and you're saying, I think I still got one season left in me, I trust Aaron Rodgers.
It's becoming a running league again.
Yes.
You can hand the ball off when you're 80.
Boom. Exactly. I'd love to see Aaron Rodgers playing when he's 80. He's earned it. I would love for Tom Brady to step out of the booth and go like, you know what? I'm going to start playing again. I think it'd be great.
I'm back.
I would love that fax to come through from Tom Brady that says I'm back. I think some people earn it because they're so good at what they do. And once you've earned it, you can just keep going forever. And I don't even think it affects legacy. I've never known, Mike, correct me, I may be wrong here. But I feel very much like if you're that good and at the end of your career you're bad, it doesn't make people go, oh yeah, at the end of the career. Still, once you retire, you remember how good he was. You remember him as a legend.
If you're successful, now, if you remove the Super Bowl from his legacy, people might talk about him differently.
Listen.
The career kind of takes a different outlook.
But you can't pick and choose.
No, you can't.
Aaron Rodgers is goated. But generally, like people who have, in the past, like been great and just keep going until really they're not what they used to be. No, you don't.
Brett Favre?
Brett Favre. Listen, Brett Favre did enough to destroy his legacy after football.
Yeah, are we entering the fraud and penis pictures era of Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I think, that's the thing, right? That's what destroyed. That's such a great lesson. I'm glad you brought up Brett Favre. He was beloved. He was beloved to the point that he's the one that ended up with Mary. Okay,
yeah,
he was beloved, and he played longer than some would say he should have. He played longer than he wasn't good. He wasn't Brett Favre anymore.
No,
after he retired, but once he retired, nobody was like, oh yeah, I mean he was good, but. He was Brett Favre. Brett Favre was Brett Favre was Brett Favre. Now, fraud and penis pictures, that will change everything. I mean, same with OJ. OJ was great. Double homicide, that will shift the legacy.
That really killed it.
That will shift. And I know that for a fact because I just recently rewatched the OJ show. But if you... But yes, you can destroy the legacy with outside stuff.
I mean, you could, yeah, with murder.
Murder will do it.
Yeah.
Especially 2.
Yeah.
2.
But going to another team for a couple years and just not being good.
And shitting the bed? Never. Never. This idea of quit while you're ahead is horseshit.
I think in the moment it holds a little more weight.
Because they don't want to exist.
And you don't want to see somebody that was once so great continue.
We gotta get comfortable with life, guys. We gotta get comfortable with life, and you gotta celebrate the fact that, listen, we see the greatness fades, but this guy is getting paid more now than, because that's what always happens, right? The shitty seasons are always the ones that you get paid the most for, because it's at the end of your career. You're just the draw at that point.
Yeah, and a team wants a draw.
Right. So it's like, look, I know you're not sitting there bringing your kids to the TV going, look at how great this guy is. But to let somebody who's brought you that much joy, or pain, if it's on the opposite team, get a couple seasons where they could just cash in and play like shit, I think every legend is entitled. I love Washington Wizards Michael Jordan. Good for him.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that didn't destroy his legacy.
No, he's still selling sneakers. I mean, look, nobody goes for the later year sneakers, but he's still selling sneakers.
Shaquille O'Neal on the Celtics.
Nobody even remembers he was on the Celtics. They go Lakers, Magic. That's it. That's it. That's what Shaq. That's who Shaq is.
With Penny Hardaway?
Oh, Penny Hardaway. Who's better than Penny Hardaway? Remember Little Penny?
I remember.
The puppet?
I remember.
The best. Larry Grandmama Johnson? Nobody thinks that. Muggsy Bogues. Remember when Muggsy Bogues came in here? All we remembered was a great tiny player. That's all you remember.
Well, I mean, you could just say great player.
He was also known for being tiny.
Tiny compared to Shaquille O'Neal.
This was the era of Skee-Lo, okay? I embraced everybody who was small.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
I loved 2 people when I was growing up.
Go ahead.
Before the growth hormone.
Mm-hmm.
Skee-Lo and Muggsy Bogues. Those were my guys.
So you would take Skee-Lo if he came in?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? I would let him co-host the show full time. Skee-Lo? Yeah. Tell me about Leoshi. Now, she didn't know you, right?
No.
But how fine was she?
Really fine.
Yeah. No. These. Yeah. When I say Muggsy Bogues was tiny, trust me. Any basketball video game that Muggsy Bogues was in, I needed it. And who am I playing as?
Muggsy Bogues?
Muggsy Bogues.
NBA Jam?
Of course.
Big Head?
Of course, big head mode. How else are you going to play?
No other way.
Put the code in. AABB. Would it be great if that was actually the code?
I mean, it was something close to that.
Yeah. Sports Illustrated for Kids would come out. Muggsy's on the cover. Need it.
I didn't know you felt that way about Muggsy Bogues.
Love Muggsy Bogues.
Right.
He was very small in the NBA at the same time that I was small in my school. I needed him. I needed him in that moment. Now, when they said, hey, do you want to start injecting growth hormone? I wasn't like, no, I'd like to be Muggsy Bogues.
See you later, Muggsy.
Yeah, I said, yeah. Give me the needles now.
Yes, please.
Yes. So,
yeah. You're like, we got to do something about that penis. And you're like, let's hold off on
that. We'll hold off on that. We'll work on that later.
One thing at a time.
Yeah, one thing at a time. We'll get it to where it needs to be, and then we'll work on it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. All right, let's take a break. Shout out to Muggsy Bogues. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers. Shout out to Skee-Lo.
Shout out to your penis.
Shout out to my penis. We'll be right back.
We will be right back. The Sam Roberts Show.
What you mean, something like this?
We're back. The Sam Roberts Show.
Yeah, that's Puff. Jelani, do that thing.
Wow.
Hot Stepper.
Oh, love the Hot Stepper.
You didn't know Aini Kamosi?
I did as soon as you
No,
said
you
it.
knew exactly
Hot
Hot Stepper.
Yeah.
As soon as you said, well, because there are no other Aini Kamosi songs.
Yeah, that's like literally
That's
the
it.
one.
That's it.
That's what I associate with the era.
Is he still loving like that?
Of course he is.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. I was actually curious about an update on that. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be more and more nostalgia dipped into because Paramount Plus, and this is smart.
Oh.
Like when you're talking about trying to get a streaming service popping in 2025, it's difficult now. Everybody's got them. That's why I think Discovery and HBO, they created Max because it's almost like you got to put as much as you can all together. Disney Plus bringing all the Hulu stuff over to Disney and then combining with Hulu and ESPN and everything. It's tough. Peacock's got WWE and The Traitors and The Office.
Peacock still has WWE?
Pay-per-views, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And The Library. But they have WWE, they have The Traitors, and they have The Office.
That's pretty much all you need.
I'm going to tell you right now, I spent quite a bit of time on Peacock based on those three things. But I'm always rooting for Paramount Plus. I got all the streamers. And I'm always rooting for Paramount Plus to find something, you know?
Just something.
And then it's like, oh, we got this deal with Showtime. I go, oh, great, I'll watch Yellow Jackets on Paramount Plus. And then they're like, oh, good news, we also licensed it to Netflix. I was like, oh, okay. All right, well, I was on Netflix anyway, so maybe I'll just watch it here. But I think the Paramount Plus niche might be hitting all of us 90s babies with as much classic MTV content as possible. Like Troy, if I told you, and they don't, so this is just an idea that I had, but if I told you there's a streaming service that had all the old episodes of The Grind, you'd want that streaming service, yes?
100%.
No, that would be so bad for him.
Why?
Well, he'd be at home all the time and having confused thoughts.
You're
about
on record saying you're trying to get less boners.
And you're also on record saying that you had confused thoughts watching Eric Nies.
That is true. You're right.
So no, that would be awful.
Okay.
But I also think it's tough because I think that the rights, MTV was so heavy in using commercial music, obviously, that I think the rights situations on some of the music is a little sticky.
Oh, it would be impossible to get The Grind on streaming.
Right, because I don't think that they were signing deals in perpetuity for the music rights.
You see how long it took to get Wonder Years on DVD?
Because Joe Cocker didn't want to sign over his shit.
Well, I think it was a little more complicated than just Joe Cocker.
Just Joe Cocker. No. Yeah, they were just like, let's use every iconic song from the era. And they were like, hey, do we have all this in perpetuity for home video release?
What's a home video?
We weren't putting out shows on home video. We
I mean, that show literally was released on DVD like the day everybody stopped caring about DVDs.
Yeah. I didn't even get it.
Yeah.
Like it was over by that point.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have the Joe Cocker version of What Would You Do If I Sang Out of Tune. I believe that's the name of the song.
It is. You got it.
And I think that's too why Paramount Plus never uploaded all of the seasons of The Real World.
Which just annoys the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Because when Paramount Plus first launched,
I'm gonna tell you, you know what? I told my wife this. It burns my taint. That all those. I didn't know it was that. I knew I was gonna get you. It burns my taint. I'm sitting there. What's the one thing I wanted to do? I wanted to watch 8, 9, and 10. I believe I wanted to watch Real World Las Vegas so I could see Trishelle get messy.
Okay.
I want to watch Real World 9 so I could see Tech and Ruthie just get messy. And I want to watch Real World 10 Back to New York so I could see The Miz taking shape.
Real World 10 was Back to New York.
Of course. Did I get 9 and 8 right as well?
9 is
Hawaii?
New Orleans.
Fuck. I'll watch New Orleans. That's Julie.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, and that weird Mormon kid.
Yeah.
No, I'll watch that.
That's this girl.
Okay. Then where was...
Thinking about 8.
What was 8?
8's Hawaii.
Okay, I was definitely thinking about 8 with Ruthie and Tech.
Ruthie's the drunk, right?
Yeah, she got drunk. She had a real problem.
Yeah.
Real problem. And then
7 is Seattle. Good season.
Oh, I need Seattle because I got to see Irene go, you know why we could never get married, Steven? Hey, Steven, you know why we could never get married? Because you're gay.
Oh, I'm gay.
And then definitely like a regular heterosexual would do, he open hand smacks her in the face. Then it must have been later. Maybe it was like season 11 or 12.
All right.
Because I got to see Vegas. They're at the Palms and Trishelle is getting messy.
I remember.
I got to see that.
That's why you got to watch Traitors season 2.
Trishelle on it?
Yeah.
Wow. I need that. Chicago. I don't know
Chicago.
anything about that. I'm not interested in that. Go to 12. I guess. I mean, now we're getting...
You sound like Irene.
There it is. Nah, there it is. That's
Yeah,
season
Vegas,
12.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because you know how I know? Because the guy on the thumbnail for season 1, he it was him and a bunch of cool muscle dudes, and he thought that he was also one of the cool dudes, but he was not that cool of a dude. So all the girls liked the other guys, except nobody liked him. He was like the Travis of the real world.
Why is it gotta
You know
be
what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely.
Cool. Me, you, and Mike are just hanging out and being awesome.
Being awesome dudes.
Yeah. And Travis is like, me too, right, guys?
I thought
we were like, no, Irene, not you.
Man, you guys really did stop getting polite.
I have Lyme disease.
Okay, I was still in for 13.
Real World Paris? I don't remember if I was or not.
Yeah. Well, I remember these
Oh,
people.
yeah.
I remember him
CT?
for sure. Yeah, CT. CT also Trader season 2.
And he got big on the challenge.
Yeah.
I was definitely on the way out though.
For sure.
Real World 12 is when I was like, or was that 13?
That's 13.
13 was like, okay, I think we might be wrapping up because 12 was the shit.
I'm almost going to guarantee I didn't see 14.
What's 14? Okay.
Loading.
It's loading. This is very...
San Diego.
Hit me with the cash. Show me these pictures. Yeah, show me these pictures. Let me see. Who do I know? Ooh, this is not looking familiar. I think I'm out.
No.
I think I'm out. Danielle...
No, they kind of look familiar.
Right. Like it was probably on in the background or something, but we were no longer connected.
2004. Okay.
I mean, this is 2004 now, too. Like, there's no way I was sitting...
No.
Like, I was almost... Yeah, no. No. It's over at that point.
Yeah.
Las Vegas is the end.
12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Las Vegas is the end.
I'll agree.
I mean, Danielle, you have no idea. This Real World show?
Yeah.
Incredible. You missed it.
I know.
It's another thing that you missed. Is that a bummer for you?
It really is.
Because they stopped being polite and they started getting real. And it wasn't fake reality like you like.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, no, I know.
Assisted reality.
It totally showcases what I want the world to still be like.
The early 2000s.
Yeah, I already love that TV and movies, but this is the real.
Oh yeah, you turn it on. You turn on the Real World from the year 2000 and you're like, "Oh my god, they were really like that."
Yeah.
I thought it was just in the movies they were really like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the best. It was all of the best. But I say all this to say that Paramount Plus is exciting. I feel like this is a step in the right direction. They just announced that they're putting up a ton of MTV Unplugged. Over 50 episodes of MTV Unplugged have been added to the streamer with dozens of episodes of VH1 Storytellers. And I mean, CMT Crossroads. I don't know. What the fuck are you talking about, CMT Crossroads? But VH1 Storytellers, okay.
Whatever.
MTV Unplugged, incredible. If they put up VH1 Behind the Musics, I'll be there all day. I'll never leave. VH1 Behind the Music.
Love them.
Yeah, the best. The best. They always... Act 2 was always horrible, and Act 3 was always kind of hopeful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they put up, they have... I didn't even remember some of these people did Unplugs, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains was a classic one.
Classic.
I don't remember the Atlantis one.
I don't either.
It was 1999. That was towards the... Alicia Keys. We're not talking about the...
Cranberries, I remember that one.
That was huge.
Clapton, of course.
Look at
that one.
Yeah. Babyface. We love Babyface.
And Friends.
Oh my God, Casey and JoJo are on that one. You know what Casey and JoJo performed all my life. It's the best. Casey and JoJo rules.
I mean, I have one song.
That's a great song.
It's fine.
No, it's fantastic. Oh yeah, I'm not watching Chris Isaacs. I'm watching Cranberries.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't need Dashboard. I don't need Duran Duran.
You don't need Dashboard?
No.
What the hell's the matter with you?
No, I don't need Dashboard. I'm not an emo baby. You're not. Are you into?
I'm not a Dashboard guy.
No.
Wow.
By the way, Travis listening to Dashboard sounds right.
The hell?
I'm not shocked for a second.
Me neither. Your hair is everywhere. That's him. All his girlfriends would cheat on him, and he'd sing Dashboard to himself.
I thought I'd be vindicated.
You were screaming infidelity.
Okay, I guess so. Duran Duran, I'm skipping.
Skipping Duran Duran.
Elton,
I'm skipping Elton.
Okay. Elvis Costello, I'm watching.
I'm not watching Elvis Costello.
You don't fuck with Elvis Costello?
No, I do not.
What the hell's the matter?
No, I do not.
Clapton, that was a classic.
It was a classic. I'm probably not going to watch,
because just as one song, they released that as a single.
Sure, it was huge.
Yeah.
Tears in Heaven.
That's right.
Kills you.
Wow.
Killed his kid.
No, he didn't.
I said well because it's implied.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He needs to.
I said it kills you like listening to
I know, and I went well because it was like right there. Like, okay, it's right there. And Troy's like, hey, I just found this mallet. It's a terrible thing to say.
Sorry, I apologize.
I'm not watching Hall & Oates. They suck. I'm not watching Hootie.
No. You're not watching Hootie?
No, I'm not watching Hootie. Hootie was lame with it. Although Hootie's a wrestling fan, so maybe I like Hootie.
Is he?
He is a wrestling fan. I like Hootie. I'll watch Jewel.
Why?
Save your soul.
Okay, what else are you gonna do? Next 25 minutes.
Well, you don't have to watch the whole thing.
John Mellencamp, pass.
Pass on that.
Katie Lang, hard pass.
What? You love Katie Lang.
Katie Lang?
I'm not watching Katie Lang. I'm not going to watch Kiss. And I'm sorry, all due respect, if Jim Norton were here, I don't know if I'd admit that. Yeah, but Jim's not here anymore. I think we can all admit we're not watching Kiss Unplugged.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, good. Please, nobody tell him.
Korn.
I didn't even know Korn did.
I didn't even know.
Listen, it's 2007. Are we being serious?
Oh, yeah, I didn't care about it.
Are we being serious? They did it in the TRL studio, I'm sure.
Adidas Unplugged?
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
Lenny Kravitz, I don't need.
Ball Tongue Unplugged?
I would watch Ball Tongue Unplugged. That would be sick.
It's a great song.
But it's 2007. I mean, that's even after the TRL era.
Yeah.
Mariah, Melissa Etheridge, Neil Young. Oh, they do have the obviously Nirvana. Obviously Nirvana.
And Alice in Chains are like the ones.
I think Nirvana's number one.
Yeah,
Nirvana's number one for sure.
Yeah. Oasis I'm going to watch because
watch Oasis.
That's when he didn't sing, right?
Yeah. Liam was up in the balcony throwing beer bottles at Noel.
McCartney, of course.
Yeah.
Simon, I'll pass.
Yeah.
They don't have Jay-Z Unplugged on here. That's interesting.
No,
that was a big one
because this is in alphabetical order.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, no LL either.
No LL. That was his.
LL was huge. He had the deodorant.
Deodorant in his arm.
Yeah, never forget that.
He had the deodorant, but that was a huge one. I wonder if again rights issues, because Jay-Z, that came out as an album.
Yeah,
I wonder if Rockefeller had like some kind of rights to the music or something.
You're not going to watch Live? Did we cover Live?
Yeah, I'm not watching Live. Does he have the braids still? Pearl Jam, no, of course
Pearl
not.
Jam, that was a
Pearl
great
Jam
one.
sucks.
Okay, we're getting really off the rails.
Yeah. Seal, of course, we're all watching.
REM, I'll watch. Seal, I would never even think about watching.
No. Shakira, I'll watch. We love Shakira. We love Shakira.
We love Shakira.
Shawn Mendes, 2017.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Unplugged in 2017. Don't even bother with it.
Sheryl Crow, pass. Sinead O'Connor, pass.
I mean, Soul Asylum. Once you're done singing about the kidnapped kids, what are you doing?
They had that other one.
Yeah, they had one more.
No, that's Blind Melon.
Stained, hard pass.
Oh, you kidding me? You gotta watch Stained.
Stained is maybe the worst band ever.
What? Come
bad.
on. The Wallflowers. I'm glad there's one Dylan up there. I'll watch that one.
Bob Dylan is up there as well.
Why?
Because
Jacob's on there.
He was one of the first. He did it in 94.
Yeah, I guess.
When it was still huge.
Save it for Chalamet as far as I'm concerned.
Stone Temple Pilots, for sure.
Oh,
sure.
That's another great
That's
one.
a classic.
Wallflowers, yes.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. I'll fuck with the Tori Amos one.
No.
All right.
No.
That's a little misogynistic on your behalf, Travis.
Why?
I'll fuck with... not to fuck with Tori Amos?
Come on, man.
You don't fuck with Tori Amos?
I can't name you one Tori Amos song.
Because you suck.
Not one.
All right. Well,
Can you name one?
Yeah, name one.
We're moving on.
No. Name
one.
Tell me what storytellers
one
are there.
Tori Amos song.
Tell me what storytellers are there.
Let's see what her big song was.
Yeah, he does. I'll tell you who doesn't know.
Well, I'm just saying I'm going to fuck with it. I didn't say I'm a big, I'm like the fucking president of her fan club.
I'll be honest, I'm looking at these song titles. I don't know one.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to. You're not claiming to be a fan.
I said I'll fuck with her Unplugged.
Sam's like, oh, Tori Amos and Ani DeFranco.
First of all, it's Franco, not Franco.
That's like kind of Sam's thing. Is he takes all these like kind of lame female artists and he's like, I like them.
Any female artist from the 90s
totally
with like hairy armpits.
Tori Amos didn't have hairy armpits.
Sam's down.
I'm sure she does now.
And by the way, I specifically said I wouldn't listen to Katie Lang. So there goes
anybody that was on that stupid Lilith Fair tour. He's like he backs.
Katie Lang was totally on the Lilith Fair. I said I wasn't going to watch her. So that shoots a hole in your theory that I wish was in your head. Dixie Chicks? I'm not fucking with the
No,
Dixie.
no.
Oh.
We don't call them the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, yeah, they're not Dixie Chicks. They're just the Chicks.
Yeah. You like, what's the lead singer of 10,000 Maniacs? You like her solo stuff.
That's right. Well, I thought I got even better.
Natalie, what's her face?
Natalie Merchant. Natalie Merchant. She was great. She was great.
And solo stuff.
I like the solo stuff. Yeah, I think it's good stuff.
Only one on the Lilith Fair that gets a pass is Sarah McLachlan.
I don't know if I'm fucking with Sarah McLachlan.
You're not fucking with Sarah McLachlan?
What, because she's singing about the dead dogs?
No, she's got other songs.
Yeah.
Name one.
Sweet Surrender.
That was great. That was fast.
Okay.
You think I don't know? I'm not Sam. I'm not going to say I like somebody and then not know any names.
By the way, I only said I was going to... You tried to test me on Ani DeFranco. I took you guys to school. All I said is I'll fuck with Tori Amos Unplugged. I didn't say I'm listening to her all the time.
But like, why are you gonna fuck with? Like, who cares? You don't even know a song.
I like to check it out. I know she's good. I just am not fucking with her like that. I'll just fuck with her. I'm on Paramount Plus anyway. Flipping. I'm like,
there's so much better stuff to watch.
What? I watch it all. What am I gonna do? Watch the OJ show again? I mean, yes, but maybe I'll also fuck with Tori Amos Unplugged for a second.
You're not. You don't even know her.
You don't know her either.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
You're sitting there listening to like
if Sarah McLachlan was on, I'd watch that.
Arms of an Angel.
Building a Mystery. Come on, let's go.
It's good song.
See?
Okay, I'm backing Travis on this one.
So you think go to the Lilith
Fair? Out of
all these so
females,
go to the Lilith Fair.
Yeah, no, Sarah McLachlan gets a pass.
Yeah, she's okay.
I'm not anti-Sarah McLachlan, but I don't even know where you guys are coming from. Sometimes I think you just argue for the sake of arguing. There's no logic.
Oh,
you just love anything Lilith Fair.
Yep.
Because you had a girlfriend. You had a girlfriend that liked the Lilith Fair. Now you're like locked into anything Lilith Fair.
I'm not with that girlfriend anymore.
I know, but you just in your head, it strikes an emotional part in your brain that anything that's associated with that stupid tour, you have to be like, I like that.
But you like Sarah McLachlan.
I like Tracy Bonham.
He just said that song, and I go, oh yeah, that's an okay song.
Is Tracy Bonham the one that sang Mother Mother?
No, that's Meredith. Wait.
No, that's not Meredith Brooke. That's Tracy. It was another. She only had the one hit.
I'm like trying to think of it, but I got a computer.
Because Mother Mother's a shit. So if that's the
Mother, that's a band song.
Yeah.
Mother from Danzig.
Yeah, that is Tracy Bonham.
Yeah, I love fucking Tracy
Okay,
Bonham.
see?
But by the way, I named the song, so I don't know what your problem is. Like, clearly I love Tracy Bonham.
Meredith Brooks.
Meredith Brooks rules. I mean, you sit here telling me I'm faking the funk? I don't know, bitch. Like, what are you even talking about?
You think Sam likes Sean Colvin?
Who's Sean Colvin?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Sean Colvin's great.
Oh. You know who Sam listens to?
Who?
The Indigo Girls.
Of course.
Indigo Girls are great.
Of course.
Yep.
Indigo Girls are great.
Yep.
What did the Indigo Girls sing?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, well then I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what your argument is.
You're the one that likes them.
They're great. Well,
Closer to Fine.
I don't know that song.
Yes, you do.
You guys are naming all this.
I'm going down the list of people that the Lilith Fair that you are into.
In your argument, you're naming bands and songs that you both like. That I'm like, what are you even talking about?
I mean,
and then you're throwing it on me.
Song. I didn't say it was a good song.
Like in front of Danielle, you guys sound like total idiots again. Like why? I don't know. Every day you guys go on the idiot parade.
Anybody sounds like an idiot in front of Danielle. It's you.
You guys decide like, oh, you know what? You guys are like, oh man, there's only 20 minutes left in the show. I haven't sounded like an idiot all day. I got to make sure I do it today.
No,
like, there's a quota.
We did a whole Loch Ness Monster thing.
That's true. You sound like idiots. And then 10 minutes later, everyone's like, this is a great song.
I forgot this song rules.
Yes, pretty good.
All right. Well then, maybe like
you still like Ani DeFranco.
Oh yeah, there's no backing out of that one.
That whole album,
the worst.
Oh yeah.
The whole album,
hands down.
Little Plastic Castle is a great album.
That's the one that you're attached to because your ex-girlfriend.
You're attached to your ex-girlfriend.
What ex-girlfriend?
I don't know. There's a lot of them. You used to slang that thing around like it was nobody's business.
At least I didn't have any broads talking me into going to the Lilith Fair.
Okay.
I mean, Travis literally. Didn't go. Travis literally went to the Lilith Fair.
Why you gotta remember shit?
You went to the Lilith Fair?
We gotta wrap up.
Travis. Troy, I want to tell you something real quick. Before you figure out...
I thought you went to the Lilith Fair.
Sam's got a great memory.
Before you figure out who you're aligning with...
Yeah.
I've never been to that festival. Travis literally went to the Lilith Fair.
I don't remember doing that.
Then, Sam, I apologize.
Hit me on that.
I can't believe he went. No, I can believe he went.
I can, too.
That makes perfect sense.
Doesn't it all check out?
It's all lining up.
Exactly.
I don't think I did.
Danielle, did you just watch? Two guys come and attack me.
Listen.
And I literally... Within 15 minutes, turned them on each other.
Yeah, you turned that around real quick.
Impressed?
Yeah.
Troy and I are weak.
You're weak people. Travis is physically weak and Troy is mentally weak, and I prey upon those things.
That's why we make a good combo.
Yeah. Together, you're a full.
Yeah. Together we're strong.
Yeah, you're lethal together.
Yeah.
That fair sounds kind of cool, though.
The Lilith Fair?
Yeah.
I would love
you
to
would have a good
bad
time.
day.
What'd you say?
It wasn't a bad day. I've had worse.
His argument was literally Sam likes the Lilith Fair. And then he's coming around going, well, now that we're done fighting, I enjoy the Lilith Fair.
I didn't say I enjoyed it. I said it was a bad day.
You said you liked it.
It was I said it wasn't.
If
a
you
bad
enjoyed
day.
it, you could admit you enjoyed it.
It was a
That's what I'm
PNC.
saying. Like, I had no problem telling
Own
you
it,
what I
you
liked.
went.
Own it.
I don't remember most of it.
Yes, you do. You remember everything about it. I remember you went. You remember everything about it.
We're doing a lot of drugs.
Yeah, right. You weren't doing any drugs.
Yes, I was.
You're sitting there flicking the bean, watching your favorite artists.
And that was like 90s hairy armpits on girls.
That was late 90s.
You hate hairy armpits.
I'm not a fan of it now, but I mean, back in the 90s, it was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I see.
I mean, now, it's everywhere, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you hate that?
I just did yoga yesterday, and this girl's pits were like a man's armpit hair.
And you're like, what are you doing, lady?
I'm just like, oh, she was so pretty. I'm like, why are you doing that?
You ruined it. You thought.
And you were like, hey, your body, my choice.
Right.
Yeah, but people comment about my chin braid, so I can comment about their armpit hair.
I mean, I don't think that there's just like strangers going on the radio and seeing, I saw this hideous guy with a chin braid yesterday.
I didn't say her name. I don't know her name. But somebody could go on a radio show and say, I saw a guy with a chin braid. I didn't like it.
And they probably go like, well, all right, why you bring this up? The fuck is your problem?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
They probably go like this. Yeah, well, you got hairy pits.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Lilith Fair. I think of hairy armpits. And
You know who has hairy armpits that went to the Lilith Fair?
Who?
Travis.
Yeah.
Man, Sam doesn't forget anything.
No, dude. No. And I was letting you have your fun because I was like, okay.
I appreciate
Let
that.
this peter out. It's illogical. It makes no sense what you guys are saying, especially because you're both guilty.
You love Hunter.
How am I
DeFranco.
guilty? I didn't go to the Lilith Fair.
Because you like the fucking Indigo cover.
I said I know
you
that
do.
song.
I mean, he loves the Indigo
I
Girls.
didn't say I said I know that song.
That is I do love that. Letting you guys attack me until you peter out because you got nothing. And then I turn it around. It's great.
Well, because you're like
ahead.
all about Tori Amos.
I said I would fuck with Tori Amos Unplugged.
And you couldn't even name one song.
Yeah.
So that's it, called fucking with it. You just fuck with it.
Yeah, why would you fuck with something you don't even know?
You're a Tori Amos fan poser.
Yes.
I'm not even a fan. I didn't say I was a fan.
You're
I
a
said
poser.
fuck with it. You're a poser.
You're a poser.
You were posing as somebody who didn't go to the Lilith Fair.
I was just hoping nobody remembered.
Oh, I remember it. I remember it.
You remember
You've
everything.
seen the Lilith Fair more than you've seen the last episode of Nitro.
Yep, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
And I've seen the last episode of Nitro, and it was awesome.
I missed that. Parents were getting divorced.
Well, I didn't want to bring up why. I don't want to bring up those memories. That sucks.
It's fine. It's always there.
That's the thing about hurt. You just learn to live with it. It never goes
It's the
away.
thing about deep cuts. They never fully heal.
Yeah. It's the difference between a scab and a scar. Eric in Pittsburgh.
Sam, I'm going to defend you on two fronts, and then I'm going to give Travis and Troy a little ammo for you, too. That one that you forgot, I'm sure you love, that has hairy armpits.
All right.
Thank you.
Whoever said Jodeci has one song is a complete idiot.
No.
Come and talk to me.
They said-
Freaking you.
They
Forever
said-
my lady. Get on up. Come
They
on.
didn't say Jodeci. They said Casey and JoJo.
Well, it's the same thing.
It is.
Well,
No,
same
those are
thing.
different people.
It is the same thing.
And Natalie Merchant with Carnival, Wonder, Jealousy, and then she's saying Because the Night. I mean, come on.
Oh, I
Let's go.
forgot about Because
But here's
the
one
Night.
I think.
Yeah,
That's
and by the way,
a
you
song.
guys, no, fuck you, because you can't say that's a great song because you
It
guys
is a
were
great
like,
song.
No, shut up, because you guys were
It's
like,
a remix. But
you guys were like,
she
you know who
killed it.
Sam likes? Natalie Merchant's solo stuff, and then the one
Well,
caller
here's-
calls up, and this guy goes,
But
"It's
no,
a great song."
that's a cover, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Here's who I think Sam would like, though.
All right.
That is in the Lilith Fair is Paula Cole.
Oh,
where
yeah.
You think
I don't want to
love Paula
wait
Cole.
and where have all the cowboys gone? Sam was wearing a cowboy hat singing that shit karaoke.
100%.
Where have they all gone?
Good call, Eric.
Which is Paula Cole?
Oh, you know this song, Sam. Don't pretend you don't.
Okay, I'm just asking who Paula Cole is.
By the way, we're not going to put Lisa Loeb in this
No,
conversation
she's-
at all.
don't even. We're not shitting on Lisa Loeb. For a
I'm
second.
not shitting on any of them. You guys are the ones making straw man arguments.
This song. You know this song.
She put the garbage bag on and everything.
At the Lilith
I mean,
Fair.
she's too good for the Lilith Fair tour, but
Yeah.
she was probably just starting out. So
She wasn't just starting out.
she took the tour.
She was with a headliner at the Lilith Fair.
Yeah, she was on the main stage.
Do you have anything else to say?
I love Missy.
Cool. Nice argument. I like.
Sam Roberts show.
So loud.
like Amy Mann.
Oh.
And I like Michelle Branch. Those are my people.
Nobody likes Michelle Branch aside from one song.
I like all Michelle Branch's songs.
That's a weird thing to say.
I love Michelle Branch, and I love Amy Mann.
Amy Mann.
And then more modern, I love Lana Del Rey.
Well, we're not going to talk about Lana Del Rey.
No, she's great.
I'm fine with
all
that.
three of those are great.
No, Amy Mann?
Why do you keep saying that? Ani de Frank, I'm a mom.
And how do you spell Amy Mann?
M-A-N-N.
No. Her first name.
A-I-M-E-E.
Ugh.
You don't like that?
No.
Okay.
That's how I know I won't
guess
like
what?
her.
Guess what? You know what's more annoying than A-I-M-E-E?
What?
T-E-F-F-T. Tift. It's a weak last name.
I didn't choose it.
Well, it's weak.
Amy Mann. I can't name you one Amy Mann song.
Good. That's why we don't hang out very often.
Well, if that's the reason,
I'm not trying to share my taste with you.
How do you spell her name?
A-I-M-E-E.
Ugh.
I
hate. No. You don't know any of these songs. I don't know why I'm bringing them up.
Nah, I would skip it.
Okay. I don't care if you skip it or not. I'm going to listen to them on my phone when I'm walking out of here. So I don't care if we listen to them right now.
You like Suzanne Vega.
Who is Suzanne Vega?
Oh, Tom Steiner. Yeah, that's a cool song.
I quit.
It's doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. You don't know doo-doo-doo-doo-doo?
I'm trying to do something here.
How do you not know doo-doo-doo-doo-doo?
I mean, I'm assuming neither one of you was in debate class in high school.
I thought I was doing something, and he's like, "Yup."
Suzanne Vega?
You like that?
How do you not like that song?
I don't know it. I don't know it. I'm not the one.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I told you.
It doesn't ring a bell.
I'm not the one attacking people for what they like, even though I like it too.
Also, you're saying it wrong.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
There you go.
That's a totally different song.
Totally different song.
It's a doo-doo-doo-doo.
I thought you were singing "Take a Walk on the Wild Side."
That's
no.
Oh, do-do-do-do-do.
If you had said,
doesn't that sound like? But "Take a Walk on the Wild Side."
Yeah.
This is the song you were just singing, Troy. You're singing Lou Reed. I was like, yeah, I like Lou Reed.
I like Lou Reed.
What's not to like about Lou Reed? But I don't think he was ever at the Lilith Fair.
Sampled by Marky Mark.
That's right. This is what you were just singing.
Holly came from Miami, FLA.
Okay. I mean, they're so similar.
They're not.
How is it not a lawsuit?
Candy came from out.
Yeah, if you had said like, "Oh, you know Suzanne Vega,"
totally different.
Totally different song.
I know that song you're talking about.
Of course.
Yeah.
But this is like, you know, do.
It could have been do.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a different song.
That's a great one.
Take a walk on the wild.
I thought you were singing Lou Reed to me.
Okay.
This is what you're saying.
This is different than Suzanne.
This is what you just said. That's what he was just singing. You were singing this. Was there any planet you weren't singing this on? You could literally take the audio from this show and remix it into "Take a Walk on the Wild Side" by Lou Reed, and it would match perfectly.
Okay.
And then you're like Suzanne Vega.
Suzanne Vega or Lou Vega?
Lou Bega, I'm down with.
I fuck with Lou Bega.
Okay.
And he's not a female singer-songwriter, but he mentions a lot of females.
And he's 90s.
Oh, Nelly Furtado was on Lilith Fair?
I like Nelly Furtado.
Yeah, we're not.
Shocker.
Well, you don't?
You like? Yes, of course I do, but I'm not the one sitting here going, I don't like anyone on the Lilith Fair. You like everyone, both of you two.
No.
You like most of the artists.
I wouldn't say all of them, but there's okay, I was wrong.
Oh, you know who I don't like?
Thank you. By the way, thank you. Thank you. Those are words that Travis Taft will never.
I absolutely said I was wrong.
With his weak last name, will never say.
Who did we just listen to?
No.
Mother.
No.
I said I was wrong.
You said you were wrong about Tracy Bonham.
Yeah.
Troy is saying he was overall this whole conversation.
Completely incorrect.
Now that we're looking at it in context, there's a lot of artists on there I do like.
Yeah. All right. 2020 hindsight, this entire argument.
I got caught up in the whole hairy armpits thing. That's what I think.
You really hate that.
And patchouli. I don't like patchouli.
I hope you never go swimming at the beach because you just get lost, sucked up in the wave. We'd never see you again.
All right, you guys go hang out. Listen to Liz Fair.
Liz Fair. What about the comeback song?
What?
There was a big pop hit she had.
I don't know it.
Liz Phair's not bad. I mean, she's not like great. She's not one of my people. I've got my people.
Yeah, I know. Ani DeFranco.
Ani DeFranco's not one of my people. I just like Little Plastic Castle. But I don't really
Meredith,
like...
Tori Amos.
Tori Amos.
No, I said I fuck with the Unplugged. That's all.
Not Meredith Brooks. Michelle Branch.
Michelle Branch is one of
I know. You come in all the time and you're like, you know what I was listening to? Michelle
I don't even
Branch.
sound like that.
Hey, you know what I was listening to? Hey guys, I was listening to Michelle Branch. I my iPod.
Travis is trying to make himself feel comfortable.
Oh, hamburgers.
That's why he's doing a Mickey Mouse voice. He's trying to make himself feel comfortable.
Well, you made me sound almost Asian before.
I don't do ethnic voices.
It sounded like it.
I don't even know what that means. I know a lot of Asian people that sound very different from each other. I don't know what an Asian voice is.
I think it's time we leave.
I think you need to say what Troy said.
What?
Troy, do you apologize?
Yeah.
No, I'm not apologizing.
There's a lot of artists.
No, I'm talking to Troy right now.
There's I in context when I looked at the artist, I'm like, oh yeah, I like some of these artists.
Was there anything you'd like to say to me?
Sam, I'm sorry for shitting on the Lilith Fair. I know how you're
and were you right?
Lilith Fair apologist.
No. Were you right? I'd never even been. Travis is the one that's been.
Guys, stop saying that.
I think just the overall attacking of me based on, number one, nothing that I even do, and number two, everything that you like. I think you could say, Sam Supreme.
Sam Supreme?
I think so. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I think you could say that.
So. Then we got to go. Yeah. Mike, let's wrap this one up.
Yeah. We don't have to.
Mike, hit whatever button you need.
You don't have to do that, Mike. We got buffer time. I think that you could say, you don't have to say Supreme Being if you don't want. But you could say, Sam, I am sorry, I was wrong. You could say that.
I was wrong. Some of the Lilith Fair artists. You said Misty. I didn't know Misty.
You didn't need. I don't need to justify. I don't need the everything. Because there's one other. Sam, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
That's right. Let's call it a day.
We don't have to. We got plenty of buffer time. Danielle thought you guys looked like total morons today.
Danielle, you know you didn't, did you?
No comment.
Oh, that's not good.
No comment.
She didn't think I looked like a moron.
No comment.
No comment. She probably did.
No,
you're the boss, so she can't say that.
She's saying no comment because she didn't think I did, but it would imply that she thought that you did if she said it. She's smart, unlike you.
I mean, Troy also got real aggressive with the hairy armpits.
I don't like.
Yeah, but you were manipulative.
No, it wasn't.
You twisted him like a pretzel.
No, I thought we were going to be on the same side on this.
Well, you got him all twisted up, and then I got him all twisted up. He didn't know what side he was on.
He's like, then I was at yoga.
He forgot the argument, and then he was just thinking about yoga class. He got confused, and he gets easily confused. It's like Finding Nemo.
Yes.
He just, he goes too far out there. He's lost. He ends up in a dentist's office somehow. He doesn't know how he got there. Anyway, Troy.
If I say, I'm sorry, can Mike hit the button? Can we go?
No.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
Why?
I'll say it if we can go.
Troy, you don't have to be sorry.
I'm not.
But weren't you wrong?
Okay, fine. I was wrong. There's a couple artists on there I don't mind.
Yeah.
And you're not sorry that you were wrong?
I'm done. Sam, I'm sorry.
I accept your apology. Travis, is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm totally fine.
Okay, well then I'll harbor resentments towards you.
No resentment towards me?
No, you're good.
Okay, thank you.
Are you going to be shitty towards me for?
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope you come in tomorrow.
Because you're creating arguments for no reason. They're based on nothing.
You said, "Oh, fuck with Tori Amos," and then you couldn't name one song. You were being a poser.
I said I'll fuck with the Unplugged.
You were being a poser.
No, I will fuck with it.
I have nothing to say. I think I had a sound argument.
You know why he's got nothing to say? He lost his voice from all the cheering he was doing at the Lilith Fair.
That was like 20 years ago.
He went. I didn't. Did you?
I didn't go.
He did. That's a festival for women.
I like going to concerts. I thought you forgot about that.
I don't forget about shit.
I think that might be.
And guess what? The fact that I don't forget about shit, I won't forget about this.
Good. And we're cool, right?
100%.
We're cool.
I appreciate you, bro.
We're cool as ice, baby.
Nah, Sam and I are cool.
Not with that guy. Not me and that guy.
Come in tomorrow with a grudge.
I will.
Why? Because I stand up for myself?
No, because you make shit up.
I didn't make anything up.
You're spinning in circles, talking about God knows.
What did I make up?
What did I make up? What did I do? What did I do?
I didn't make up anything.
You know what you did.
I didn't do anything.
And Mike knows what you did.
And I shouted you out on Mother Mother. That's a good song. I was wrong about that.
The last thing on this earth that I need is your approval. I want you to know that.
Well, why are you asking for everybody's
Here's the thing.
apology?
I didn't say. I want you to go to your grave understanding that the last thing on this planet I would ever need is your approval.
Good, because I don't approve.
Of what?
You.
In general. In an overarching sense.
Yeah,
All right.
everything.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Don't work yourself into a shoot.
I have some chomps to eat.
Don't get hot. All right, guys, look. This ended ugly. Not for you, Troy.
Thanks, bud.
I'm good, too.
You did the right thing.
Thank you.
But the audience thinks even less of Travis, I should
I
say.
doubt that.
And rightfully so.
That can't be
And rightfully
possible.
so, right?
Rightfully so.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.
Greetings and citations, fine shits.
Collector of certain things. I was reading about this guy, and he goes, "Oh, do I kind of come off as a mini version of this guy? Because there's something kind of weird about collecting and hoarding, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's far weirder." I was reading this article in the Post, and they were talking to a Long Island man, and I didn't realize we had this guy in our state. Another win for New York, by the way. Apparently, the guy who has the world's largest serial killer memorabilia collection is on Long Island, which now has got to be a huge time for him because, you know, Rex Heuermann, the Gilgo Beach killer, is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the sort of latest serial killer du jour. Certainly the next one primed for a doc series. I think they caught him, like late last year or something like that, it feels like. Is that right?
No.
Was it longer ago than that?
2023, yeah.
Man, these days go by. It's the bigger love of the family. Yeah, he's got all this amazing stuff. Because I used to have to think about this before I was married. You know, when I was out there on
serial killing
before, because you can't get married and keep just killing people. No, before I was married, and you're dating, you know, and I'm just, you know, just a man about town, just everywhere I go, you know, finding it was amazing. But you always have to wonder, when are you going to explain to the girl, yeah, there's a big wrestling collection here going on. Like, yeah, I got figures, I got posters, I got T-shirts. I mean,
why don't we go to your place this time?
Yeah, or I mean, your place is also very comfortable. Your place is also great. You know, I mean, and I think that's the case with any collection. If you got a big baseball memorabilia collection, it doesn't have quite the social stigma that a pro wrestling collection does, which I think is unfair.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah. Well, I think that's unfair.
I mean, one is seen as like an investment.
Well, yeah, but baseball's good too. You know,
another is just like the toy aisle at Toys R Us.
And being obsessed with men in tights.
That's another good
Okay,
point.
yeah, because baseball players wear pants that are so loose. They're so baggy. And so we're not watching baseball in the 1920s.
Wear regular pants.
No, they're the tightest pants you'll see.
No, football players have tighter pants.
Football players do have tighter pants.
Olympic sprinters, incredibly tight pants.
Very tight pants, Olympic
Your
sprinters.
argument's falling apart real quick.
Baseball players wear tight pants. If I was walking in here with a properly fitting baseball uniform pant, you'd go, man, Sam, you got tight pants on today.
No, they're loose fitting, unless they're cotton. Then they might rip.
What are you talking about? The baseball players wear tight pants.
No, they don't.
They don't wear regular pants.
They're not restrictive. They have to run super fast.
But they got elasticity in them. They move with you. If anything, you don't want the excess fabric around. Again, we're not talking about...
Last year's baseball pants were the best because they were see-through.
Okay, see? Guess what? You know why they're see-through? Because they're so tight.
No, that's because Nike made a bad decision with Fanatics.
No, I remember there was controversy around the uniforms last year.
Once they got sweaty.
And the players were like, yeah, this isn't going to work. We get real sweaty because these pants are tight. These are tight pants.
Look, you can see right through.
That's what I'm saying, because the pants are not loose.
Yeah, but wrestling, they're like in a bikini.
Yeah,
only some of them, by the
Troy's
way.
got you there.
That's not true. John Cena wrestles in way baggier pants than these. John Cena's jorts are baggier than those, and he's the top dude. Roman